Hang tight a second. All right. It says I'm live. Tell me if I'm live. Say, like, drop a yes, man. Like, you're live, Katt. It's you, man. It's all you, pal. Hang on. Neck itch. There we go. Anybody? No one. Damn delay. It hurts. There it is. Wow, 3 people are here. Holy shit. I mean, it's 6 p.m. on a Tuesday. What the fuck? Well, anyway, you 3 people. Right on. Okay. Well, tonight, everybody, it isn't just going to be Mr. Katt talking. Oh, God, no. People get tired of that after a minute of repeating himself. People just get a little bit tough. Wow, 16 people. Look at my popularity. Boom. So tonight on the show, I am going to have Anthony Greeno from True Crime Investigates and Greeno Productions. He's going to be with me, and we're going to share our thoughts on if a press conference will be held on the 13th, if a press conference does not happen, and if a press conference does, and our dependent thoughts on that. Now, on the 13th, I will be having a live show that evening. Now, it'll probably be at 6 o'clock unless they have a press conference. If they pull a quick press conference out, like, day before, like tomorrow, we're having a press conference, but only the media knows about it because that's all that can show up, then they may do that. And then I may go live earlier after the press conference, but then still have one at 6 p.m. Because on that show, I wish to have Incognito Society, Anthony Greeno, and Miss Cavalier, and we will share our thoughts on what transpired, depending upon what transpired that day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, here is my good friend and such, Anthony Greeno. How are you doing today, Mr. O?
Hey, what's going on? YouTube, Facebook?
Knocking at you, wherever the hell you are. You should have played that.
Yeah, I know. Just go right into it.
He don't even speak anymore. He just plays radio clips. He's very talented like that. You could be like, what's his name? Stephen Hawking, except you just play radio clips in response. Sometimes the law. Near a bridge. Pow! Right.
Yeah. Pow.
Pow. Pow. You're doing your computer voice. Hey, you know what though? I fixed the hack on my phone, and it took me a while with AT&T. It really did. But I did. I called the sheriff of Howard County. I called AT&T concerning the password and fixing that as well. I reached the FCC in response to, and all of them agreed. No worries. No worries, man. It's a digital age. That shit don't take 3 minutes anymore.
Yeah.
That should be deduced. So if anybody does want to do that to me, please, tonight would be the night. And I would thank you kindly and give you my email address again.
Cool.
Get out. Well, you know what? It should make you think Greeno and Mike. Actually, I go by Katt. Unless you were speaking of yourself, then that is a little egotistical, man.
Got into Mike's answering machine too.
I don't know. Did he? Did he?
Did you?
Is that how it played? Is that what you believe, sir?
Good old buddy.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what? Thanks, Lily. You know what? I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things when I sit down and start like editing a video, that's when it starts to get funny. Because at the right time, I'm like, you know what'd be funny here? No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call him, and then bleep every cuss word. I don't know. Once the humor starts hitting home, there it is.
Yeah, it was funny.
Hey, on. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, 12 Cut, Carol, Wombat?
Yeah, hey, tell 12 Cut he ain't booted again.
Yeah, you're there, dude. I see you.
God, you got to do that every time now. Carol?
Can you guys hear me?
Wombat Dundee.
Wombat Dundee.
That's right. Hey, dude. That's a cool name, Wombat Dundee, man. I like that. I
I
really
always
do.
wonder how these people get their names on these things.
Racehorses. There's a racehorse out there called Crime Sleuth. You know, Smart Money says there will be. And around the outside comes Crime Sleuth coming up the middle.
Followed by Matt Black and Chris Gideon.
Wombat Dundee is now on the outside. Yeah, I don't know, man. You know, what was that game? Plants vs. Zombies that Nate was playing. That's how everybody got their name, man. It was like all racehorse names. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, and that thing was like
yes, no press. Explain. The yes, no press thing. I mean, is that what they said they was having one? No, nobody outside of press allowed. Only press know what to say. Remember that. They work for very important companies who are owned by the PICs that know what you need to know. Don't listen to others, man. They might be lying to you. They may not be correct, like Michael J. Katt.
Mm-hmm. No, well,
Incognito Society. There she is.
Takes the lead.
Takes the lead.
Yeah. So you know what? I did see that they said that there was going to be no presser.
Now, did they say that though?
Yeah. Kim said there is going to be no press conference because there's nothing. Okay, so I got some quotes down. They even had a picture of Lesenby, Liggett, and Hammonds out there at the trail standing there, right, in the snow on the trail.
Yeah.
For their photo op. And they're like, yeah, no new press conference. There's nothing new to report. Each time we've had a press conference, we've had something new to report, which is false because the one new press conference, they didn't report anything new. They just said, we need a tip, you know.
The second year press conference, they didn't say anything.
They just said, here's how you submit a tip.
Yeah.
The only thing really new that they ever did was that one last year in April.
Yeah.
When they gave the video and audio, more audio and stuff. That's the only time they really released any new information.
Well, yes. I mean, and you're right. That was a briefing, though. It wasn't a press conference. However, I mean, they did do the same, except it was a press conference when they created the first sketch. You see where I'm at?
Right.
You know, because people was asking about how they got that information and the details for the sketch. That's where Riley screwed up and said she, and then turned around, corrected himself with the person who had submitted that.
Right. Right.
You know what? There was something that I wanted to discuss while you was here. Now, the other day in a video, and a lot of people know the one I'm talking about, but I wanted to clarify our position, like you and me.
Okay.
On the fact of the dog walking lady and the flannel shirt guy as being two witnesses. Now, we have substantiated that pretty factually.
Yeah.
And I mean that's what I was getting is that if others are repeating that without knowledge, that's one thing. But like when I say that there was an approximate time that this lady had seen him or that flannel shirts guy seen him, well, we kind of know that to be true, given the information that we know from Mike Patty, from the dog walking lady. You know, we know the people that was there and their approximate times of arrival. We know who had talked to Derek. We know, you know, how it went down like that.
Right.
So, you know, I just wanted to point out that when we say that, we're not using that as
we heard that somewhere.
Gossip. Yeah. As that we heard it from somebody from, you know, we really got that from the people.
Yeah. We've met these people.
And put that together from what was said from the family as well.
Yeah. And you know, that's something I talk about a lot on my channel is this isn't something that like I figured out or you figured out all in one, like just instantly. This was like months of hearing what people were saying throughout the times that they were saying them, meeting the flannel shirt guy, talking to the dog walking lady, you know, the statements that came out on these different shows and things like that, that they were doing, Cheyenne's statements, it just all, and basically based on going there. and walking around and seeing the area for herself and figuring these things out. But it's like, okay, well, if this person was here at this time, then this person was here. How did this happen? Because they said they saw this, but this person didn't see this. It's like piecing together a puzzle.
You're right.
Same thing that law enforcement's doing is they're hearing all these stories and piecing it together as to, well, this can't be true and this has to be true. That's kind of where all that comes from.
She'll be here in a minute. She said she might be a little bit late.
Okay. So, well, you know what?
Hey, we're waiting for you, pizza. Now, do what?
Oh, got to be back in 15 minutes. No, I was reading 12 Cut. It says dog walking lady should be able to pick out his face in a lineup.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, any of them should be, but you know what? They've probably been told don't comment on any of that.
Oh,
you
know. They had, and I do believe that is what was advised to you by her.
Yeah, that she can't comment on anything like that. You know, that I can't tell you what we talked about. Can't tell you this and that and the other than, yes, she talked to the guy. It was a what is that called? Happenstance meeting.
Yeah.
It just happened to happen, you know. It wasn't like
she happened to be there at that moment.
Yeah, by chance.
You know? Yeah.
Yep.
There I was with my dogs. There he was. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. And everyone always comes to, well, did she see anything suspicious? Yeah. Did she know it was in his coat? Well, no, you'd have no reason to.
Yeah.
Even if he had a bunch of
the guy, he's on public property, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you don't walk by people at the grocery store and go, man, that guy had a lot of stuff in his coat pocket. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly. Hey, man, is that guy stealing? He sure has a lot of shit, man. Kind of looks like well, I ain't going that far with it, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so, like,
man, everybody's got places to go. Now, this is the big show, man. This is talking about no press conference, man, no cold case, and everybody's got to go get a smoke. Man, you know what? Take up vaping, Lily. Go ahead.
Or just start smoking inside.
Yeah. Man, take up a cigar or a pipe where you can point at people. You know, make yourself feel, important. Now, when I was your age.
What color was the hoodie on the guy in the bridge?
It looked gray to me. Like most.
What do you mean gray?
No, the hoodie was gray.
You think it's gray hoodie?
Well, what color was it? It looked gray. It looked like it was folded up right here, and it was a gray hoodie over the back of the jacket.
I thought it was brown. Well, what's that coming out of the bottom of the shirt?
Well, I don't see anything brown of that color at the top of him. And aside to that, I mean, if you look like right here, hang on, let me kind of demonstrate here for a moment. Like right here, say where my tie is, where his jacket came down.
Mm-hmm.
Now, right up here, you can see where that cloth is folded up here a little bit.
Right.
Now, then he had the hoodie part pulled back to the back of his jacket. Now, this right here looks gray, and most hoodies are kind of gray unless they're black in color. Now, It definitely didn't look black, because if he had a hoodie on underneath it, it's going to be the next layer that's under that jacket. Now, that right there looked gray to me.
Okay. See, I always thought
down there, I mean, again, I kind of think that, you know what, by everything that I can point to, the guy liked to use a knife. But I don't think that he could have duressed them by pulling a knife, because God knows they could have ran from him. You see where I'm at? They felt that there was something more at stake than that. And that's why I believe that he had a handgun.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm positive the guy had a handgun. I mean, it's just, that is probably no question to me.
Well, again, Pam, we're talking about the hoodie, not the bottom. Okay, well, we're getting multi thoughts on
the hoodie.
Well, on his clothing. We got Randy Gravitt here, everybody. That would be Randy Gravitt from the Randy Gravitt channel.
The Gravitron.
The Gravitron. The voice of reason. Okay, so There is no press conference. And I guess that one reason for this video is for me to say this. They don't have anything new to give. I give them that. In fact, I stated a while back that, yeah, they're going to have to give the same as they already did because they're not going to release anything new. If they released any new evidence, it's all going to point right back to the same direction I've said it would since over a year ago. You know what? Last night I was watching the video that you and I did right after you got out of jail. And I was standing on the exact words at that time that I am right now. Because Gray Hughes was on there. Gray Hughes was talking about his person of interest. And I'm like telling Gray, dude, it ain't anybody from around there, man. You know, you need to get back. Man, I told you who the hell it was. And I'm standing on the fact he goes to, you know, in October. And we ain't going to know dick till after that. Do we? No.
Yeah, I don't know nothing.
Yeah, it'll be June 25th again. And you know what? Everybody's still going to be in that same boat. Now, I told you who it was. I told you. Now, you take it for what it is or don't, but I told you, man. I told you.
Hold on. I was just pulling a picture up of what they was saying.
Who?
There they are.
Oh, okay, cool.
When there was like no press conference.
Oh, hang on. Let me get rid of the email. That way it comes through more brilliantly.
It's got to pull up. You got to click on it. Remember?
Oh, duh. Yeah, there you go.
There it is. There they are. Detective Hammond, Detective Liggett, and Sheriff Lesenby.
That's right.
At the trail.
Just
the other day, just to say no press conference.
God, man, you know, that's so simple. I mean, the first year, man, they brought in everybody aside of like the VP. Man, they had the powerhouse team there, you know?
Yeah.
They really did, man. They had the FBI, the helicopter, man. They brought them in like it was going to be the big day. Nah, it was the same crap we always got. That's the same questions we always got aside of ours.
Yeah.
That paid the bills. That stopped me from the second year, all right.
Yeah, that's pissy too. Man, I would have went to jail that day.
Well, you know what? Yeah, but let me tell you how close it was, man. I mean, you could ask Rebecca about that shit because, yeah, I was fucking like not at all cool with Holman. I was not cool with that shit a bit. Let him know. But you know what? Look, man, I got an LLC in my name that is press. I mean, what's NBC? They're an LLC, same as YouTube. I mean, how could they deny me of that?
They're not supposed to. You know, in the press thing that I was reading, it says that if they hold a press conference anywhere that's in a public place, people are entitled to go to that.
Yeah, well, that's what I told him.
Yeah. It's not like it was held in some private place.
That's what I told him.
Public, yeah.
I said, you're in the courthouse, pal. We paid for that. This is public area, man. You can't be giving me the fucking boot. Like, screw you, pal. I don't like you, Holman.
Yeah, they don't allow you in there because the same reason they kicked us out of the prayer vigil.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, come on now. They kicked us out of a prayer vigil. How embarrassing was that?
I told Holman, I said, man, please don't let this out. I got kicked out of my church, man. My dad's a preacher, dude. That's why he snickered, man.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, look, I understand.
I get it.
But get out of here.
This dude here, he ain't wanted.
Yeah, he's kind of like nudging.
Get on, man. Get over the dude.
The shoulder bump. He's all.
Why didn't they want me at the second year press conference? For this reason, man. At the first one, I said, look, you got local, state, and federal people investigating this crime. I said, this pixelated image that you put around the world 3 different times, 40,000 people's called in. Nobody knew who it was. And it ain't going around the world again. So, like, what are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
Make sure he don't come back. You know, well, that's $1 billion question I can't answer. Thank you.
Make sure he don't come back. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, him, no.
No.
Get him out of here.
We don't want that shit again. That's embarrassing. That makes us look bad.
That was on live TV, man.
People heard that. Again, like Holman's back there, like,
Oh, you dude. Is
you
there
know,
a charge?
he lives in Burlington. Oh shit! You know, well, I guess it don't matter saying that.
What?
Nothing.
That he lives there?
Yeah.
What he does?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I know the house.
I'm gonna knock on his door.
Why, man?
Am I allowed here?
Holman, I mean, like, I don't know, man. I don't trust Holman. I mean, he arrested me. Remember that? I told him to get his fat backside out of my kitchen. He had no business being there. They just walked in, man. No arrest, no warrant. I mean, no warrant, nothing. I didn't even tell them they could come in. I said, you guys got no business in my house, man. If you're here to arrest me, I'm ready, man. Let's go.
Jeez.
Yeah. No, this is a bunch of crap, man. Did 6 months Westville. Guess what? I didn't get a teardrop. You know, you don't see no teardrop tattooed on my eye.
Jerry. So there's no press conference, and a lot of people ask that same question. Does that mean it's a cold case? Why no press conference? What's your thought on that? I'm gonna go grab a pop. What's your thought on that?
Well, that's exactly what I was just covering. Look, they've given out all the information that they can. There is no more audio that may not involve a more graphic nature, to our knowledge. I think that the only blip that they got of him walking is the only video that they have of him. And I'm certain that she didn't take it out at any other time because it was live. He could have destroyed the phone. So I think that they've given us everything that they can. They know the evidence that they have. And if you're going to take my word for it, they know who did it. And they've known who did it for over a year now, since at least the end of November, after Carroll County got the photos, took them to the people that had seen him and said, is this the guy that you've seen? Then right before Christmas, they sent their suspect DNA off to Quantico because the FBI was down there right after his arrest to get his DNA, knowing he was that guy. You know, they talked to his friends, neighbors, family. All of them said, I can pretty much substantiate by looking at the Delphi video. Yeah, we can't tell if that's him. I mean, you can't see his face at all. It's, you know, and it's only a step and a half. What do you want from us? So that's why they released the video. It looked like they was doing their job. You know, we want this guy, man. You know, we're going, and you know what? We're going to give you a really odd generic sketch here. And we want you to definitely pay attention to this sketch, not that other one. That bridge guy, man. Yeah, he's cleared, man. Yeah, we found him. He's cool. But this guy, that's the fucker we want. My ass. No, it was bullshit, man. It was. And guys down the hill. I mean, I'm like, what? And then they go on the limb to go, oh, and the family just heard this morning. Like, well, thank God you withheld that from them. Like, holy crap. He said, guys. I mean, geez Louise. Man, I'm ready to go home and wash myself off.
Yeah. Crime Sleuth, would you get rid of Green Killer? There you go.
Where's Green Killer?
An idiot.
Oh, I see. Well, you know what? You could have just told me.
Yeah, first it was Daniel Nations. Now it's Green Killer. Yeah.
Well, hey, man, you know what? They should be calling.
They will be. Yeah, that's not the real.
Well, I want them to. That's the lowdown.
Yeah, please call.
Yeah, please, for the love of God, call.
Yeah. Someone had asked a question here just a minute ago about, do you think two people was on the bridge? And
you know what?
One being bridge guy?
No. Oh, wait. Shit. There we go. I said, you know, it would be interesting if it was really Daniel Nations in here. Yeah, you know what? You make a point. You really do. You're like, oh, hey, Daniel. Yeah, we're sorry about all that shit. But God, dude, it ain't like we're liars. We didn't just make it up. I mean, you know, it was all there on you. where anybody could find it, man.
It was all court documents, dude.
It's court document, publicly known. You know?
It's not like you took it to private to do it.
Yeah.
You did it in public.
It's not like your old lady couldn't have found that shit, pal, if she knew how. I mean, not that she didn't find out because we showed her how.
She's like, oh my gosh, dude, I'm getting divorced.
In fact, people are going to mock me.
Yeah, so Daniel Nations, man, that's, you know what, I haven't heard from that guy in a while.
You know what? Someone had told me, and I forget who, and it's been a long while back, that he had violated one of his probations in Colorado and had been arrested. But you know what happens? You violate probation, you go in, they reinstate via the probation, and you go on about your way.
Yeah.
You know, and they did the exact same with Ron Logan. When they violated him, let him out, and then he was like driving to the damn dump like a dumbass. You know, it's like, dude, man, when they say don't drive.
A Mennonite member? No. No, I never thought that it was like one of the Amish people or whatever that was the suspect. I don't think I ever thought that. I thought that at first I was like, well, it could be a possibility, but why would they just be strolling around out there? You know? And most of those people around here, man, have like a beard with no mustache. Yeah. And that guy didn't.
I was going to say the same thing, man. It's like theirs down here, man. That's long. You know, they ain't got that little chop cut, man. They let that shit go.
Yeah, it's pretty long. So, yeah, I never really thought it was one of those.
Hey, without giving the name, who is the Amish dude that was in jail there with us?
Oh, there was two of them.
Same charge?
Yeah, for the same group thing. There was two of them.
Oh, carry on.
You're talking about the older one.
Maybe. The one that was in there for
yeah.
CM.
Say it again.
CM.
Yeah, well, there was two of them. Yeah.
Okay.
So how am I supposed to say that? You said without saying the name. Who was it? How am I supposed to do that?
Well, I was going to say Amish guy 1, Amish guy 2. Yeah.
Okay, so 1 would be the older one. Initials RH. You don't know who I'm talking about.
Wait a minute.
The youngest one was well, dude, you can look him up on the sex offender registry.
Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Hey, man. The American Police Officers Alliance called me. Ron. You know, that don't always happen, but it does when I'm doing a live show.
I can check on one of them. So there is a younger one that's still around the area. And he's on the sex offender registry.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Yeah, there's a picture of him up.
Katie, how you doing?
What's up, Katie?
You know what? Yeah, actually, the guy of which you speak, Mike, a friend of mine's mother was seeing him for a while.
Okay, that's this guy. That's the younger one. The Amish dude's last name.
I thought you said it was H.
The younger one. The older one is H.
Okay, I got you. No, believe me, I know the Amish people's names out there. All of them. They all live down my dad's road. It's called Dunkard Holler. You know, they're all horse and buggy, man. Oh, the one dude, I ain't gonna give his last name, Virgil. Man, he married one of the Royer girls. Man, damn, dude. You know, and he had a white horse on his buggy. I'm like, yeah, I bet he's one proud Amishman right now. You know, he's fixing to go home and make a whole slew of babies. I know I would be. Yeah, those Royer girls. Man, you know what? They didn't look inbred like the rest. They didn't, though. No, they look really nice. And I remember that the Royer kid, won't give his first name, but anyway, man, I went out there for a friend of mine, man, who had a smoker to buy some wood at their place, right? Well, we drive back that lane, man, and the fox runs back over the railroad tracks on the east side of 75, from where that big wood pile was. So we're sitting there talking about foxes for a while, and he goes, fox ain't bad. I go, what do you mean? He goes, I mean to eat. I'm like, what? You ate a fox? Oh, yeah. One time I was out there deer hunting, man. There was a fox playing around. And I thought, well, man, if it's still there by the time I'm heading home, I'll kill it. So I killed it, took it home. Yeah, we ate it. It was pretty good. I'm like, dude, that's a dog. No, I think they're more related to the cat family. I'm like, you're incredibly wrong. It's a dog, dude. You ate a dog.
It's a cat dog.
It's like, geez, man. God, don't you know there's places in hell for that? You ate a dog, man. Holy crap, Royer, kid. Like, what are you going to do, man, during that sprit springer, rum springer and shit, Don't kill a family?
Self-employed construction.
I can talk about them. They're Amish. I mean, what are they going to do? They listen to me on the radio?
Yeah, they're hearing you on the radio. Yeah, they don't know. They don't know. No, I'm not drinking Sam's Cola. I'm drinking Coke tonight.
He's drinking the cola.
Yeah, the real one, in Chinese.
Now you got to say something good about it, or otherwise it won't be product promotion. They get for spam,
It's like, man. Yeah, this gets me through. Coca-Cola. If I had a polar bear here, we'd be drinking Coke. The white polar bear sitting here drinking Coke.
Let's curl up and watch the Northern Lights like we do every single night of our life. Like it's just that one night,
Let's see here. I'm reading some of the comments. Let's see. Crime Sleuth, they answered it. And no name near the bridge. DB is letter on sex offenders list. There you go. That's the guy I'm looking at right now on the sex offender registry.
DB?
He's one of the ones. Yeah.
Is his last name begin B-O?
No.
Okay.
Same last names as Ivan.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. Yep.
I see you, man. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want to point something out. This man right here was the #1 draft pick 3 years ago for the Indianapolis Colts. He is our center. Know that.
There he is. And he knows who we're talking about.
You know what? Not only do I know him, I hang out with the ex-heavyweight champion of the world, Michael Weaver. Michael Left Hook Weaver, everybody. This hand right here shook the hand of Ernie Shavers, the biggest right hand in all of boxing. So says Muhammad Ali. That's right, man. I'm an important person. I'm very important. When it comes right down to it, importance is my middle name, right after Leroy.
If it would have worked out right, you would have known Jason Voorhees. If it would have worked. But it didn't.
If it would have. But you know what? You know Mark.
Yeah.
His son's named that.
Is it?
Oh,
His
wait.
son?
No. I take that back. No, it's Justin.
Hell, I didn't even know he had a son.
Oh, yeah, he's got 2 sons.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
His daughter.
Oh, I know the daughter. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but man, his son's about your age.
Oh, damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Jeez. Hey, there's the captain.
But check it out. His daughter, because they were inducing labor. This was 2 years ago, last October. So she's since October over 2 years old. They was going to induce labor on Friday the 13th. Okay.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes. Now, if that had happened and they named her Jaysin Voorhees, born on Friday the 13th, man, do you know what kind of fame that girl would have had?
Yeah, Jason Voorhees, born on Friday the 13th. That'd be cool.
That would have been
a girl person.
Yeah. And, I explained to him, for the love of God, do this. Think about what you're doing. I told him to name his second son Eddie Van Voorhees. How cool would that have been? Eddie Van Voorhees, dude. I don't know, man. People don't get those names, man. I don't get it, man.
They don't.
Too many Utes.
Yeah.
Too many Utes out there. Okay, so I explained my side to it. Now they're not having a press conference, so kind of give your take on kind of what you feel concerning. Go ahead.
On why they wouldn't give a press conference? Well, I think that when they said that there's no new information to report, that's not accurate. Honestly, I think that, well, it gives everyone the impression that it's cold, that they don't have anything. That's what everybody seems to be asking me, is like, man, since they're not saying anything, doesn't that mean that they don't have anything? They don't know anything, that it's cold case? They say that they're getting tips, 4 to 5 tips a day with information, but it's not the right information. So it's basically making everybody feel like they don't have anything to go on. Now, if it's not Thomas Bruce, then they don't have anything to go on.
It is.
Because they're saying, well, we need that one tip. They've been saying that for 3 years, the same thing. Now, people are saying, does that mean that they're close to an arrest? Is that why there's no press conference? Because they're getting ready to arrest somebody?
No.
I wouldn't think that would matter.
No.
You know?
In fact, I will go as far as to say, if they knew who did it, man, that arrest would have already happened.
Yeah, they wouldn't just sit around and wait, because people were like, well, they're waiting on an alibi to fall through. No, that's not the case at all.
Yeah, tips are still coming in, but hell, what is it now? Is it 70,000? I mean, like, how many tips do they got to dig through to get it right? I mean, look, 40,000. Man, they would not even have scratched the surface of going to 40,000 people's house at this point.
Yeah.
60,000. That shit ain't going to happen. We know it's well above 60,000. That ain't going to happen. So if they need that one name and it's like at the bottom of a list that's 60,000 long, my God, man. I mean, you could be looking at decades. And again, I mean, this is why I point out, the case ain't cold. The case is very far from cold. And what I want to do on Thursday, on the 13th, is have people on here to kind of discuss more about Delphi.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the girls, Delphi, you know, stay Delphi strong, because the case isn't cold. And that is exactly where media is going to go after Thursday. You know, they're going to be like, well, it must be a cold case. They didn't have anything new. They still say they got everything except for who it is. You know, well, we need that one tip. And that's where they're going to stand to it. And that's going to be the incoming till they get down there and talk to Thomas Bruce. And like I said, that's probably going to be December, January. And really, even while they're talking to him, because of the amount of information. And it isn't just Delphi. I mean, there you have Evansdale, you have Mary Pryor, you have Van Pates, with the possibility of Susan Collins. But I'm just saying that if it's right what Barry Scheck said of him being there, if he was at that base at that time, I put him as the number one primary suspect in that. And I think they killed an innocent man.
That's going to be crazy if they did do that.
Yeah, but if they did, they're never going to release that. My God, dude, they'd have to admit that they executed an innocent man. They would have to pay out hundreds of millions of dollars to the family. And oh my God.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I was related to Sedley Alley.
Get the hell out.
No, I'm just, well, they're going to pay out millions of dollars. I'm certainly related to him.
Smedley, Uncle Smedley. Are you kidding me? They fucking killed him. Oh, those mother humpers, man. I better get my money. I'll never forget that guy.
Hey, somebody said, who was that? Mother Biscuit says it's not cold. They just don't want the social media vortex. That's a good point right there. Because they know every time they come out with some sort of press conference, there gets all these crazy, the Shaq comment. And, oh, man, he looked to the left when he said that. And it's like, was he looking at the dude, you know?
Was he looking at him?
He was looking at him, because look at the way that guy looked. And look at all these people that's in the background there. And there's some guy that walked through the field. You know, it's like, you do get that. You know, and that could be another reason why they're not doing that, because they know that so much crap is going to come out after they do that. They're going to get so many people tipping in every dude that was in the area on the press conference day.
Yeah, I see that. You know what? Normally, when people bring their shack up, I try to dissipate it as quick as possible. I mean,
Right.
look, it was probably to the families. If they thought that it involved the shack, like, oh, we're talking about the shack because we want you to know we think that something happened in the shack. Well, man, law enforcement don't work like that. I mean, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do what?
What?
Holman just wrote that down as a quote by you.
What?
I don't know, man. I'm not sure.
Incognito.
But hey, if Holman did write on Holman, you're doing something right for a minute.
Holman's sitting at home quoting.
Yeah.
He said this.
From the words of Michael J. Katt.
We got to use this in court.
Sincerely.
Yeah. We're going to use it in court against him.
Hey, anything I say may, can, and may or will be used against. Yeah, and they say that. No, they always say will be used against you. Yeah, that's because they'll use any fucking thing against you. They're not stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, and law enforcement don't care about YouTube channels. Like they're not out there like shut these people down. Otherwise, they would have did that long time ago.
Well, I disagree.
Well,
I
Holman's not.
Well, I want you to think about it like this. Let's go back like 2 years ago. If you went to Google or YouTube, you put in Delphi murders, my channel was taking the first 2 pages. That's long gone. Why? They didn't want that shit. How long did it take them to strike my channel down? What was it, like a week? Strike 1, 2, 3. Bye-bye. Yeah, just like that, man. They said, guess what? You don't own that anymore. Now we're changing our YouTube algorithm so that ABC gets the final say.
Yeah.
Real media, dude. You're not Julio Sanchez.
Julio. Hey, there's the cat.
The cat. You know what? Now, this goes back in time. I used to play Yahoo Euchre way back in the day. Long time ago. And somebody popped in there that said across from me that their name online was the real Mr. Cat 420. And they're sitting across from me, Mr. Cat 420, or it was the real Mr. Cat 420. And I thought, who in the hell is that? I mean, did I upset somebody? Or is this guy Mr. Cat and just wanted it to be known?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, you know what? That is true. Was it WKAT?
Yeah, all of them got deleted. Remember, mine even took all ours around the same week.
Oh shit!
It was like February 2018. Remember?
Man, those mother humps, man. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. See, they made sure we wasn't going to be on top of that anymore, man. Headline news, that's different. That's CNN. They're real reporters. They wouldn't lie to you.
Yeah.
My ass. All they do is lie. That's the ugly truth. Oh, but go ahead with your where you was at there. You was talking concerning the press conference and
well, I just think that I mean, it's partially. I do agree with kind of with that comment that they don't want any more crap getting out there and people start tipping in a bunch of junk after one of these press conferences. But I also see that that's also going to happen once they do this John Walsh thing. That there's going to be people out there starting to tip in everything, that they're going to start looking into it. They don't know about it. They're going to look in. They're going to find these people and they're going to be like, oh, it's Mike Patty. It's this guy. It's the property owner. You know, and they're going to start tipping in these people again, which is a whole waste of time, you know, even though they already know who it is and isn't. Well, they know who it isn't, you know what I mean? So they're not going to be like, okay, yeah, someone tipped in Logan, so let's go look at Logan again. They're not going to,
right?
You know, but it's just a waste of resources whenever people call in, because they do got to look at those emails. What's up, Yorkshire?
Yorkshire tea.
Yeah.
British from the UK. Makers of great tea. How do I know that? Because I've drank their tea, and it was the bomb.
Who's Hal on the farm?
Hal on the farm.
Ryan says video of Hal on the farm gone.
Who's Hal?
I don't know, Ryan. What video did you have? Hal on the farm? You see it? You see what he's saying?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, that's the center for the Colts there again. He can get a little confused. I mean, hey, when it's not football season, he uses a little.
Yeah.
He might pound down a 6-pack every minute or two, depending.
Pound that like button.
There you go. Lily, you got it.
John Kelly's not making it.
And I thought, how in the hell did 2 get in there? My girl. Talking about my girl. My girl. My girl.
It's but no, if they get up there and say the same thing, it's just like saying the same old song and dance. They're not going to say anything new if they did have a press conference. So really, what's the point? You know, I don't see why they would need to come out and say the same thing again. Even though people are expecting them to at least come out and say something, which they should, I think, at some point say something about like, well, you know what? We're at a standstill right now. You know, we can't, there's nothing that we're going to tell you that's new, but we're playing a waiting game or whatever.
You know what? Maybe a way to word that would be, we don't have anything that we can publicly release while keeping the case integrity. However, we do have new tips coming in that we're following up on that we do believe to be very valuable. You know, stay with us here, Delphi, because, you know, it may look like this case is going cold, but it really isn't. You know, just maintain, because in due course, and then, you know, Doug Carter can go back into his, you know, we're coming to get you. You may think you got his feet, but, you know, you didn't think we'd change directions, whatever that means. However, you know, and then when you make the arrest, you're going to look the guy, man. You're going to look the dude. And that is how I'd do it, because, look, the people right now that need that strength live in Delphi. Man, there's a killer out there, and that's what they believe. You know, my subscribers have not surpassed Delphi's population, so I don't think everybody's heard me say it. You know, but the simple fact is they know who did it, and they've known for a long time, and there ain't anything that they can do about it till they go talk to him, and that's how it's going to remain till they can.
Now, see, they should just say something like that. You know what I mean?
But they can't. Okay, because here's why. They come out and they say that. What's going to happen, man? Media is going to hit them from every angle. Well, how do you know? Well, I mean, how did you get this information? Did you talk to this person? Did you speak to their family? Where did you get, you know, is it the DNA? Do you have fingerprints? I mean, then they'd be inundated with questions that they just can't answer. Where
they run that shit.
Dumb. It's best to play dumb on it. And in knowing that they already got the guy, play stupid, don't play along, don't hand anything out where we're going to have to answer a bunch of questions that we can't comment on. Play dumb. And again, I go right back to the Delphi briefing on that. Exactly. That was how they ended the investigation, because anybody calling in on that information wasn't investigatable. And it stopped all the phone calls. I mean, they still got the phone calls, but they didn't have to go investigate each phone call. If it was on the news sketch or a guy that lived around Delphi or this or that, if it pertained to the Delphi murders, why go investigate? You see what I mean? We already know it isn't him. Now, if it involves somebody else, because remember right off the bat, they were saying how many arrests were made while making investigation on the Delphi murders.
Yeah, a bunch.
You know where I'm at?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it did increase the revenue, and my God, law enforcement loves revenue. They say, well, I'm just doing my job. It's like, yeah, but your job's collecting revenue. You know, that's your job, man.
Yeah.
But man, where in the hell's the captain?
He was just right here. He headed out just now.
Okay, I've seen you mentioned twice, but I have yet to see his name.
Yeah, he was just here.
I see.
He's got like a black shadow figure as his avatar or whatever. It's all black with a white outline. Says I gotta head out, take care of everyone. Later, dude. Start making videos or pull them back up.
Got to make videos now.
Yeah.
Making them while you two are busy.
Yeah, I'm uploading them hurry fast. So
yeah, exactly.
What?
Now you see, she understands. Even to tell us there is nothing new. You know, by them standing up and saying, we don't have anything new to give, but it's not that we're without knowledge. You know, we are following up on some tips that really appear to be good, but it's going to take a little time to get to the bottom of this. But maintain with this, Delphi, because we're going to get this guy. Now, that's the way that they should come out and do it, because they know that this is the last year. In fact, if they have a fourth year press conference, it will be to name him.
Yeah.
If it goes that long into it, and it may extend past that.
So there will be no new information released up until then.
No, God, no.
Until they file charges, they're not going to say anything else on this.
They aren't now.
I know.
So what do you think they're going to break in to give us new information later? Well, not until they can speak to him. When they speak to him, then they'll hand out the information with a double murder indictment.
People will be pissed.
No, they won't.
Yeah, but if they come out and say, "Well, we kind of knew, but we couldn't talk," like, then be like, "Okay, so you just misled everybody for such, you know what I mean?" They could have said something like that, like, "We have a person in mind, but we can't speak."
Well, they could now, right now. Okay,
I think Ryan's going to stop by.
But in April, okay, when they had the briefing, they really couldn't. And again, that was kind of that thing. They hadn't talked to the guy. They may have inside known, but if they had mentioned that guy, like, well, we got a person of interest. My God, dude, do you know what they would have had to went through? I mean, man, they would have been hit by every question in the world. Oh, who? How do you know? What's it, you know?
Yeah, but they did that with Daniel.
Yeah, but they lied about it. They misled.
Yeah, but they at least said that we got a person of interest that we want to go talk to. You know what I mean?
I'll give you that, but they thought they could go talk to him. This time they know better.
Yeah, they got fucked around.
I mean, you see where
if he was following the case, he'd be like, dude, public defender guy, kill it. Yeah. Stop him at the door. I think Ryan's going to stop by, dude. Did you see that?
No.
He's like, you ready for a special guest, man? I'm 2 minutes away. I think he's asking you.
What's he going to say?
He's good.
You know, I mean,
like, in there and offer up more reward money.
Sit beside me and talk? Probably not.
He's going to give reward money.
Well, if he's coming to give reward money, all right. I'll take it. I'll accept. Yes, he is 2 minutes away. In fact, when I finish up here, I was going to go kick his ass in a game of chess.
Really?
Well, I do every night. Normally twice, sometimes 3 times.
What do you mean 2 minutes away?
Remember where Kenny lived?
Yeah.
In the middle?
Yeah.
That's where he lives.
He does?
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Since when?
3 months ago.
Oh, okay. Well, shit, dude. I'm thinking he was coming from the other town over there.
What other town?
Flora?
Oh, no. No, that's where he used to live, though. That's where his family's from.
Yeah. Well, that's the last place I seen him. It was on Halloween last year or 2 years ago now.
Wait, was he there?
He was all dressed up. Yeah. Downtown Flora.
Oh,
He's living over there in Flora.
Okay, got it. No, I thought you was talking over at the barn.
Oh, no. No, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know Ryan lived out there. Shit. What's up? So Ryan's the old Kenny.
Okay. Call in number. You know what? Throwing this up two ways. It's scrolling too. The call in number is
Incognito should call.
Incog should call. And Miss Cavalier, should she be out there. I guess in the meantime, we wait. There is a delay, you know.
Have the Jeopardy theme just ready.
Yeah, you know what? You get a copyright violation on that.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah, dude. Unless you're deeply in thought. No. Alex is not cool with that. Yeah, you know what, Shar, man? That's the way people are. People don't get it. If I go to watch a video and I think anything useful is coming of it, I always hit like. Other people are like, no, I'm just here, take it in. You know, clicking that like button, it's a little much for me. I just don't do it, it's all. Don't matter if it's good video or bad. I like to be silent about what I like.
There it is. It's Mike Cunningham, I bet you.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? You know I am. You are on live now though.
Well, I'm going to get you two started tonight. I want to know if it's possible that Thomas Bruce has a bias against Catholics.
Now, I wouldn't know. That's more for him.
This is something that her and I had discussed. And you want me to give him the reasons, or do you want to?
Yeah, no, you go ahead.
Well, now when we go down to the Catholic supply store, because it wasn't really clear if he did that because it was a Catholic supply store, or whether there was just a woman in there that triggered him mentally at that time. Okay. Now, the guy who was in the automobile accident where Thomas Bruce slammed his brakes on and had that guy hit him in the backside, he was wearing a Notre Dame shirt. He said Thomas Bruce got out, seen the Notre Dame shirt, came up, started chest bumping him, asking him if he wanted some. He goes, "Oh, you're one of those Catholic blah, blah, blahs," you know, in cuss words. And in the news, he was saying, you could tell right then he did not like Catholics. Now, when we take this back, he went to, was that Kersley High School?
Yes.
And that's in Genesee County. That's the same county where I called the sheriff. Now, she had mentioned that there was another school called St. Rosary, I believe, is it not?
Oh, shoot. Well, Holy Rosary.
There it is. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So I went and looked that up on the map, and I think that was their competition in high school, was this Catholic school. Now, him being a Christian, I mean, I could see maybe a divide on Catholics, but again, I don't see any reason in going the method that he did concerning. But yes, I do believe that there is something concerning Catholics. I really do. I think that goes back to an early age.
Is there any link to that any of these other people were Catholic?
Mary Pryor.
Well, Mary Pryor was, and she had pointed that out to me. And you know what? I didn't even know that she was a Catholic, but given that his hometown was right up the road, and I think quite a few people knew Mary Pryor. She'd lived there a while. You know, he may have known that she was Catholic. I mean, she went to the Catholic church about every day, did she not?
Yeah, she attended Mass every morning.
Man, that's a weird coincidence there. That's starting to look like a tie. I wonder about Suzanne Collins.
Well,
no, I haven't looked, but I'd be surprised if I can find her obituary to see what church she was buried from. But that would be something to look into.
Well, I'm sure she's got some living relatives, you know.
Well,
yeah,
but
I would assume so.
Here's kind of a thing. I think that the guy had usually used opportunity as his method. And I don't think that they were stalked or selected solely on the fact of being Catholic. Now, at the Catholic supply store, yeah, because it was the cashier that he shot and killed.
I thought she was a customer.
Well, I've heard differently. But now, if you look at the church where where a funeral was, that definitely looks Catholic.
Uh-huh.
And that's why I made that assessment of it, that she was the cashier. She was 56. She was buried in a Catholic church, and she worked at a Catholic supply store. It just kind of made sense. Now, if she wasn't, and he did go in there because it was a Catholic supply store, I think that he basically wanted to humiliate the Catholic. Now, again, I go back to this, and it sounds graphic, and I don't mean it to be that way exactly. Aside of telling the information, there was 2 customers in the store and the cashier. He ordered them into a back room. Now, if you look at his counts on there, he's got 3 counts of sodomy and wanted them to perform sexual acts upon him. The lady refused. Now, if you see where I'm going with that, that's when he shot her in the head. I think that was the humiliation of it right there.
Right.
And I think that that's the sick, twisted soul that he really is.
Gosh, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, because how do you get 3 sets of sodomy? There's 3 women. I mean, you see where I'm at?
Yeah.
Like after somebody does something like that, what are you not going to do? Well, you're not going to do that one thing for damn sure.
There's got to be some reason, man, that drove him to do this. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be something that's happened. Like, I don't know. If you look at everybody, there's got to be some reason that has pushed them to this point. Like, Golden State Killer, for example. Okay, so he had this ex named Bonnie that he was engaged to, but there was never a marriage. And while he was committing these rapes on these other women, he was saying, "I hate you, Bonnie. I hate you, Bonnie." So it's like, that's like they feel what triggered him to start doing all this weird stuff. I wonder what it is with Thomas that made him, huh?
I have a question though.
That made him change or flip out the first time and then just steadily keep on with whatever he was doing. It just makes you wonder what happened. Was it a bad mommy thing?
Stop.
I think she was talking to her dog.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am.
You sound like a cavalier.
To my dog.
I knew it.
I apologize.
Nah, it's fine. You know what? I was holding my dog, who will not leave me alone when I'm making a video. Any other time, man, he don't give a crap. If I'm over here, though, hey, are you guys holding
I want to give Incognito a chance to get on here. I always enjoy listening to her.
Me too. And it's always good when she calls and you call. Hey, will you be available Thursday?
I will.
Okay. Because I'm probably going to have a longer show. I wanted Greeno, Incognito, and yourself to be on here. I think you're 3 of the greatest minds, aside of my own.
Aside of your own.
Aside of my own.
Talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, no, I let Incognito get on, and I'm going to listen to her for a while.
Okay. Hey, thanks for calling, then.
Thanks for calling.
Bye. That was Miss Cavalier, everybody. And she is very knowledgeable on these things. She gives me a wealth of information. And she is the best Watson that I have. She gets in there, man. She really finds the goods. I like that. I love that. I demand more of that.
What's up, Devil Ant?
Hello.
Incognito.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, how about first appearance of Mr. Ryan Kelly?
Why?
Dishonored?
To what?
Dishonored.
Disowner.
I'm fine.
You need to speak a little different here. What?
Oh, make guest appearance.
Yeah, but for what reason?
Quick shout out.
I see him. It's Ryan.
Yeah, stop by. You can sit here for a minute and say something, and I don't know, man. Move on. I mean, like, it's just got my seat here, guy.
Give me a chair ready.
A puree?
Chair ready.
Okay.
Alright.
All right, man. Talk to you in a minute.
Get him a chair ready.
Okay, talk.
Okay.
Good Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man from the Indianapolis Colts is making an appearance right now.
You're going to be shocked. He don't eat as much during the off season. I can tell you that.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight. We call him the new Kenny.
The new Kenneth. Now, see, I got all these cords. I don't even know what the hell he's going to do. But he wants
The
to
new Kenny.
on camera, I guess. I don't know.
The new Kenny. Yeah.
The new Kenneth.
That kills me, man.
You know, I wrote that song, man.
Did you?
Yeah. Kenny Robbins. There he goes.
If people only knew, man. That's just funny. So I'm just reading some
Trisha.
of these comments. Devil Ants, what's up? Yeah, you know what? Someone asked that question, and I had that question too. Where's Devil Ants from? Because that accent is out there.
You know what? I don't think he would mind if I said.
The region.
He does live in Texas. It's a big state. Finding devil ants will not be easy. You can go to Texas and knock on doors all night and day. You'll probably never find them.
Look for every devil ants. Yeah.
Look through the phone book for ants. There's a D ants. Try it, man. Could be him.
Are you the one, man?
Are you that? Are you? Do you call Michael Katt? You know what, man? I talk to him quite often on the phone, man. It's really nice to talk to him. I mean, he has quite a bit to say.
Yeah, he was asking me the other day. He subscribed to my channel after I was on here talking to you that one day, and he was on there the other day. He's like, "Man, are you taking call-ins?" And I was on the OBS and not this, and I'm like, "No, dude, I can't, on this." And since I don't use the phone thing, I gotta like send the invite thing out for people to join, or whatever. I'm like, I can't do it, dude. But like, people keep asking me to do that. I'll do that sometime, people, but I don't like the phone thing because people just call and call and call and call and call. It drives me crazy.
Well, they did me the other night.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Yeah, you notice they're not doing it tonight.
I know.
Maybe they seen the ticket number. Maybe they got the hint. Maybe they know AT&T know who the fuck they are. But the FCC will.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me their word.
Their word. Who's your guest? There he is, Devil Ants. Who's your guest?
Yeah. It's going to be a guy who's had a couple of six packs. And again, I don't know why he's showing up, but he probably ain't going to be on long enough to make some statement about some local crime. We'll go home. Carry on. I'll beat you in chess in a minute.
The local chess in a minute. Yeah. So what time is your live on Thursday? 6?
Yeah, unless there's a Catholic. Well, I was going to say press conference. And if they do, I will have one right after that.
Okay.
But I'm still going live at 6 o'clock, and that's going to be the main show. But I just wanted to give my thoughts on it. But I don't think any's going to be. I don't think there will be a press conference. Yep.
Incognito?
I'm still going at 6 o'clock, and that's
Yes.
How about if y'all talk to the guy already?
If we what?
And I'm wondering, maybe you've talked to the guy, said what's on.
Oh, the killer?
Yes.
What do you think?
there's some characters on here that I think that you may have talked to. Hi, Greedos.
Hi. I don't know. Do you think that? Well, he thinks it's Thomas Bruce. So
It's Thomas Bruce. Don't say you make me sound shy of my knowledge.
Oh, so you may have talked to him.
So do you think Thomas Bruce had ever watched any of your videos prior to this and had reached out or commented in some way?
Wow. Okay, I just wanted to spit that in your ear. If I think of something else, I'll call y'all. This is Pennsylvania calling.
Oh, Pennsylvania, right on. My family's from Pennsylvania originally.
Yeah, I'm not the only one that cares about those children.
Well, a lot of people do, man. It really goes around the world. It really, really does. We get people from every country.
Exactly, because they shouldn't be like that. But thank you guys for answering my call.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling.
And y'all have a good evening. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye. Well, nice of her to call.
That's cool.
So do you think I had all that background voice? Yeah. Hello? Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay, man, answer me. You're sneaking through my house, man. I damn near grabbed the K-bar, bro. I was thinking I was under attack. The Holman was coming in.
Holman and Tobe.
Get her introduced.
Watch that cord. The cord you're standing over.
I see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the center for the Indianapolis.
Ladies and gentlemen, the center
Right,
for Indianapolis Colts.
Hold on, which way?
There you go.
Yeah, right. Hi, Wolf. How we doing, folks?
What's up, dude?
You see it, Greeno?
Here it is.
Good. Okay, David Clark has a question. Do you think that the dog walking lady seen Bridge Guy before February 13th?
No. No, that can be answered right away. No.
Nope.
That was her only time seeing him, man.
Yep. And he wasn't seen there. There's a picture of this guy on this bench wearing a blue jacket and washed out jeans is not the dude. He wasn't seen in Lafayette. It wasn't some guy that was there. It wasn't some homeless dude that was begging for change out at the trail system. You don't get that there. That's not, people think that there's a bunch of these homeless guys walking around Delphi asking for change. There's not.
That's not Delphi.
Yeah. Ryan, what is Delphi? What's Delphi full of?
Community with a hell of a lot of cops.
Yeah.
Well,
And
depending
old people.
on who you are.
And old people. That's it.
Okay, well, please.
That wasn't me on the cables. Anyway, no Delphi. It's a good little community with a long, long history. You got the canal there?
Yep.
Shit. It's a good little town. But no, way too many cops for one.
All right.
Town.
Hey, dude, hang on a minute. I got to put him in the bedroom. Come on, Bear.
He's excited.
Hey.
Answer that phone, please.
Yes, sir. Or ma'am. I am great. How about yourself?
It's a retirement town. Yes, Devilland.
I decided to, yeah.
Can't triple records. Damn it.
Hey. What's your name?
Dude, put it on speakerphone, please.
Incognito.
Incognito Society.
Yep.
Allow me to take that. Thank you. Hey, Incognito, how you doing?
Hello.
How are you?
Good. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out what religion Susan Collins was.
Yeah.
And all I can find is out of a book called Obsession. And it's one where they had quoted Jack Collins, which is her father.
Yeah.
And all it says is devoutly religious man. And that's all I can get from it. So I was trying to confirm it, but I can't. If it's Catholic or otherwise. But we know it's devoutly religious.
Well, here's kind of my take on Susan Collins. Susan Collins was a crime of opportunity, no different than Delphi. No
Sure.
different. No different than Evansdale. No different than Ann Pates. No different than Mary Pryor. They were there at the right drunk at the right. Please dismiss the cigarette. That's going right in my face at a bad time. So I don't think that he stalked people for their religion. I don't think he waited for a Catholic to go jogging and then attack her, if you see where I'm at.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think other than that, I mean, maybe the one was somewhat targeted at the supply store, at least to a degree. I don't know that he would have killed her if she would have went through the humiliation, but God be on her side for not doing that.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. I just thought we were talking about it. You guys were, I'm like, I am going to figure out whether or not that has anything to do with it, but I can't come up with it. It's exactly.
I'm glad you did.
But
That's so cool that you were like on it. It's like, bam, behind the scenes investigating.
Yeah, exactly. And then there goes incognito, man.
Yeah.
You know?
All over it.
Now you will be with me Thursday, correct?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, man, we got this show lined the hell up.
Cool.
We will have the greatest minds in one place in the history of all crime unsolved.
Right here.
Right here.
Tonight.
Coming up on the Katt channel.
Everything's backwards on the camera. Left is right, right is left.
Correct. Well, no, I raised my right hand, and it's my right hand on the camera.
Left on the camera.
No,
That's
it
my
isn't.
left hand.
Dude, look, this is my right
I
hand.
moved.
This is my right hand right here, and on there, it's my right hand.
It's like looking at a mirror.
No, it isn't, because if I raise
I know.
if I was in the mirror and I raised my right hand, it would look like my left hand in the mirror. But on here, I raise my right hand. Right here, it's my right hand on the camera. It is showing correctly. See, it's your right hand.
Ah,
He may be a little backwards currently. Please show him your drink.
I'm like getting in the camera.
Man, I told you, man, he'd be halfway through a 6-pack by now. Hell, he's probably
Pepsi Deluxe.
15-pack. This is why I win in chess, people.
Hey, stay tuned. New channel. Ryan Stories.
Ryan Stories.
That's
Yep.
right. He's going to be telling stories, people. And he's going to have a channel for it called Ryan Stories.
They want to call in and ask questions. I got a million answers for you.
No, incognito is pretty incognito. Is that not true?
True.
And so she don't really hand out that information.
Yeah.
She would like to, but she knows there's people out there that could come and kill her. You know, she's a little irked about that, man. And I don't blame her, because she has the study of studying killers.
And until law enforcement holds a press conference, she's not saying.
But then
Has anybody seen that?
what? Yeah, of course they've seen it, man. That's my Meet Mr. Mustard trophy.
Coleman Mustard Championship of the world.
Of the
Right
world.
there.
He's been
Right.
knighted in.
Man, I need some brasso for it, man. But yeah, I don't even know if you can see it. But yeah, that is pure straight Coleman's, man. It looks just like the bottle. Coleman's spicy English mustard.
True story.
True story. Man, I showed them last week. I showed them all of them, man. Bam. There.
How you doing,
Well, listen,
Bruno?
Michael, I don't want to hold up your line.
You're doing good, dude.
I wanted to call in.
Well-
I kept saying, call in. So,
Well, we wanted you to call, and I mean, since you are here, please kind of share your thoughts on this. There's going to be no press conference, so we kind of wanted people's thoughts on it, and we'll go over this more on Thursday. But just kind of give your quick thoughts on that.
I had a bad feeling that was going to happen. That they
What?
wanted to do the press conference, especially after the roadshow thing. So I'm disappointed, but at the same time, not surprised. if they do have one, they don't want anybody there that
Yeah.
will report on it, I guess, until after the fact. So
Yeah, they don't want people out there asking real questions. That's a fact.
yeah,
No, they don't want that crap at all.
no.
I Carroll County.
And like Greeno said, with Tove and them already being out at the trail and doing their little picture out there and giving their statement.
I would like to mention something on that. I mean, let's look at this a little bit differently. What if it was Liggett and Lesenby and Holman and they're walking and they got them in slow-mo with that wind effect,
with their not hair blowing in the wind,
with
their bald heads blowing in the wind.
Man, just a couple of hairs, this guy's ready to hit the floor, people.
Because he knows them, and it's funny, dude, to see them like walking in slow motion. Like, yeah, dude.
Oh my God!
There will be no press conferences, but it's just them, man. Just like looking in the camera.
Slow motion.
I might or might not know these people.
Yeah, I may or may not have been in jail there in the past. Hey,
yeah.
Didn't you meet Greeno in that jail? Like
That's where I met both you.
Greeno meets a lot of people in that jail.
Maybe I'll meet the bridge guy in jail one day.
Holy shit! Was your girlfriend pregnant at the time?
No.
All right, never mind. It was a different guy then.
A different guy.
Well, there was a lot of people in there with pregnant girlfriends, for one. Yeah, man. I mean, like every young guy in there's got a pregnant girlfriend somewhere. Look at Greeno.
Yeah, that was the Dennis Randall era.
The Randall era.
Yeah, that was definitely the Randall area.
Oh man, the food we ate, the food we didn't eat.
No,
The food we didn't eat.
The roadside kill for a month.
Yeah. Here's your fish sticks.
Your fish sticks.
Your half frozen fish sticks.
Your honey bun.
He made so much money.
And
on
they
that.
are made out of dicks. Fish dicks.
Here's your fish sticks from Indiana Packers. Yeah.
They donated.
They donated.
Have to pay for it. Capital expenses, man. Totally.
Honey buns from Wallman's.
Yeah.
We ate on the same piece of meat. I spent 37 days. We ate on the same piece of meat the entire time I was there. I'm trying.
Yeah, we have a good time there, people. No, so incognito. Let me ask you this. So, from not being like right here in this area, which when you hear them say what they said about the press conference, it's like there's not going to be one. There's no new information. Does that make you feel like basically what they're saying is if you're someone that's kind of new to the case or something like that, that it's basically cold? Didn't that give you that feeling?
Absolutely.
That's what I was thinking, because a lot of people are like, well, it's over. There's nothing else, it's kind of just forget following the case anymore.
Well, now that was my reason on that they should have one to stop that feeling, because that is the direction everybody's going to go, including the media. The case must be cold. They've been at it 3 years. They say they know everything, but they don't know who it is. So until we get that one tip, and it's all going to go right into the same jar. Now, again, they got that tip. I mean, I believe that they know full well. And I mean, I've expressed that to others that certainly feel the same way. I mean, because you just look at law enforcement protocol. I mean, hey, man, if St. Louis reaches you and say, man, we arrest a guy that was dressed like your bridge guy. He had never committed a crime before. It looks like your sketch. And by the way, here's these pictures and his fingerprints match your unknowns. You're going to get that hint. You're going to send your suspect DNA, man, out to, Quantico, just like they did. Now, that's the lowdown. Do I think that they knew at that time? Yeah. Was they going to mention it? They couldn't. They couldn't mention it. And they're still not going to mention it until they can go talk to him.
Exactly.
And that's how I feel about that.
Well, there's a lot of people that's just now finding out about the case, which shocks me. But there's people every day that says, I'm new to the case or whatever.
Yeah.
They really want us to go away as far as YouTubers. I don't know why they want to act. Okay, they're the ones solely responsible for the investigation. It's not the family. It's not us. But they're solely responsible, but yet they want us as public to give them that one tip, but yet they want to shut everything down. If you took out YouTube world, where would this case be, honestly?
Nothing. That's
No.
the thing. It wouldn't be what it is. There'd be people out there that watched a segment on the news and said, oh yeah, still stuck at the Daniel Nations thing. Yeah, man, they arrested that guy out in Colorado a couple years ago.
Exactly.
Or, oh yeah, man, it was some dude named Paul Eder or something like that. He killed himself down in Lebanon. Like, that's where they hear this one thing and they're stuck. Without keeping it in the public's mind on YouTube, nobody's talking about this besides a selected group of a few people on a regular.
Exactly.
Why would they want to shut that up?
It's frustrating because the Wikipedia page. Well, okay, let me back up a second. I did a review on your podcast, which I think is great. Anybody that's listening, I hope that they're listening to the podcast. But there's other true crime that has done Delphi, just like other YouTubers. And as soon as they start out saying Delphi, Indiana, or they start reading from the Wikipedia page, I'm like, oh my God. Because right there on Wikipedia, it starts talking about Paul Eder.
Yeah.
I'm like, we would have already known it was Paul Eder by now.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
And I
So
want
if
to
they don't have a third-year presser, they're pretty much just telling everybody, we got nothing.
I want to throw this here out real quick. Give me one quick second while I set this up. Now, I'm going to show this right here. This is the Wikipedia page under persons of interest. Daniel Nations, Thomas Bruce,
You're on that same thing.
Charles Eldridge. Yeah, exactly. But the whole point that I make there is because he was never ruled out, Thomas Bruce. People go like, oh, he was cleared. No, he wasn't cleared. They stopped talking about him. He was not cleared.
Lesenby even said that.
It's like, oh, he was arrested and they never mentioned him again. He's covered. He's cleared. My ass. It's him.
No one's cleared. Well, people are cleared, but they're not telling you who's cleared. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they're all have been public persons of interest or persons of interest to some degree. But yeah, for people to say like, oh, they cleared this guy and cleared that guy. Well, they've never said that to anybody, that they've cleared anybody, I mean, but they've made it a point to say that they're persons of interest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as to go back and never say, they say, well, we've covered this person, covered that person, it gives you an idea that if they've covered them and nothing's come about it, then either one, it's because of like situations like Daniel Nations. They did talk to that dude. They did get his DNA. But up until that point, they didn't have anything. They couldn't do anything up until he got back to Indiana. Paul Eder, the dude killed himself. They summoned his DNA. Don't even know why,
to make it look like they were working.
And that's the thing is, just to make it look.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me to cover this right here real quick. Now, King of Blue, cool name. I really like that name. Yeah. But they said if law enforcement don't have BG's DNA, how do they know he hasn't committed a crime before? Well, they do have DNA, and they have covered that. Now, it says law enforcement must have DNA to know that. Fingerprints from an outdoor exposed to the elements overnight, crime scene unlikely. Well, that's where I disagree, because not only do I think do I know that they have DNA, but when he said that he had never committed a crime before, you cannot say that with just DNA. You can point at various acts that a person's DNA would have been taken for prior to February 13th of 2017, but you couldn't rule out all crimes. The only way you could do that is if you had fingerprints and they didn't come back.
Yes.
The exact same applies to with Mary Pryor. In the Mary Pryor case, they have DNA. It's in the paper. They have DNA and fingerprints, but they could not point to anybody within that because there was no suspect that had ever committed a crime. Same applies with Dan Pates. Now, I can tell you probably in the same ratio of circumstance that he's the same suspect in those two. In the same way that Evansdale and Delphi are alike, so's that.
Well, you know what? And also,
on all 6 of those murders, 7th being that of Jamie Schmidt.
I do want to go back and kind of touch on what you just said there and what that comment. Okay, so about the fingerprints from an outdoor exposed to the elements overnight crime scene unlikely. If you read the report on Nicole Bowen's case with Garrett Kurtz, they found fingerprints on the stuff that she was wrapped in, and she was exposed overnight. They found fingerprints that tied them to the crime. So they can. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It stays there.
That's how they got the fingerprints for Mary Pryor, where they dragged her body. The suspect, dragged her body by her gown or whatever. And they got the fingerprints from that. Fingerprints are rather easy to get. I mean, you know, you want a good solid fingerprint, but if you grab something and you squeeze and you're pulling, you're leaving the whole of your middle hand here. You know,
yeah. And people don't realize that is it's not just the tips of your fingers that they're actually taking. When they do your fingerprints, ladies and gentlemen, they take the tips, they take the whole part of your hand here, they take this part right here, they take the bottom palm, the top of the palm, everything.
Yeah.
So your whole hand is on there. So they don't just need a tip of a finger. They can use any piece of the hand and figure out that it's you. So it's not just the tips of the fingers. I do want to tell everybody that.
Well, yes, but I do want to go back in time here for a brief, because I remember when it wasn't like that.
Yeah, when it was the paper.
So today it's more digital where they do that and you know, they make sure it's all good, it's all computerized. But yeah, I go back to a day of you know, here, let me put your finger in some ink. There we go.
Here, spit on this.
Don't move, don't resist. You
Yeah.
know, you had to go through that routine with them.
Bring it. Just hit
Take
me.
your finger and wipe it on the screen. Yeah. There's Alaska Blue.
Ah, Alaska Blue. Thanks for arriving. We was expecting you an hour and a half ago. Thanks for getting here, though, man. Always appreciate seeing her. Everybody give her her due, man. She's the great mod.
Yes, she is. She's awesome.
You know what? You should think about being a mod one day. I'd mod for you, you know.
All right.
Okay.
We're in jail one day. Me and Greeno.
Well, yeah, we were all in jail with Greeno one day or another. God, that goes without saying.
I remember you saying, I nutted in a million bitches. Don't feel special for getting pregnant. Is that true or not, Greeno?
It wasn't me that said that.
He says now.
He's lit. Look at he can't even sit up straight.
So somebody else can call in, all right?
Well, you know what? Nobody else is calling. I think you should just maintain till my phone rings.
Okay, I will.
And you know what? I got the hold button because I learned how to use the hold button. You know what, man? Phones, and I mean, if they're not rotary, I ain't down, man.
You remember
We're so
that,
proud of
Greeno.
you.
You know what? I'm glad that you are because, man, I am a person that hates cell phones. I just am, man. I'm that guy that hates cell phones more than anything. Try to talk to somebody, man, without their cell phone going off. Man, you want to slap them, man, take their cell phone away and mash it in the ground. That's me. I hate that shit.
You can't have
Please get that on
hold
camera when you do, okay?
Do what?
Please get that on camera when you do.
Oh, it's probably forthcoming. I'll just be lucky enough to have the camera nearby. Let me get this. There you go. Give me that.
I also think that the cops are a little butthurt. I think that they're tired of like when they get their words mapped out by all of us YouTubers, and we, break them down and come up with our own theories. So I think that has something to do with why they're not having a third year presser too.
You know what? I don't like that in the same way. I really, it, and again, it goes back to the shack and man, what else? What else? Doug Carter, the abandoned vehicle, and then had to rephrase what was at the abandoned CPS building. Told everybody if it was an abandoned car, they would have had fingerprints all over the place. They wouldn't know who did it.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing. Oh, and also he said on the 14th when he meant the 13th.
Yeah, and then immediately
drink that.
It's over-analyzing. People overanalyze everything, man, that's said. Tiniest little statement.
I do it.
Well, I think in a way we all kind of look at it like that. I mean, we really do. I mean, because if you don't, if you're not questioning what they say or how they say it, you're not doing your job, man.
Exactly. They're the sole responsibility of the investigation. So we only have that to go by, and then we have to come up with our own conclusions, like you guys have done in many cases that we now take as fact. It happens.
Now, Missouri does a lot.
That the captain talked about 2 suspects, and I meant to say 2 eyewitnesses. So I'm sure somebody's running with that.
See, there you go.
Should have edited my video.
But precisely, exactly what you just said right there. You mistook your words. You misspoke, and you said 2 suspects instead of 2 witnesses, right?
Yeah.
Someone out there, I promise you, what you just said. Someone out there has taken that and been like, "See, Incognito said 2 suspects, and the captain said it." So there's people out there that's like, "See, it is 2 people." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just a mistake that was said. You know what I mean?
Now, on that, in that video that I did with the sheriff from Genesee County, if anybody heard that at the end, I said that had raped and murdered Aaron Pryor and Ann Collins. Not Mary Pryor. I said Aaron Pryor, junior welterweight champion of the world. And I hope that there's nobody out there thinking that, this guy raped and killed Aaron Pryor. He did die of heart disease like a couple of years ago. He was a friend of mine on Facebook. I did want to point that out. I really thought a lot of him.
No.
Well, he was Aaron Pryor, man.
There's the captain.
There's the captain. You're right.
He heard something about chess. He said he'll play us all at the same time.
Yeah, you don't want to play that game. You don't want to play that game with me. Look, I'm a study of chess. I'm that guy. I'm that dude that knows every Bobby Fischer game ever. I study Kasparov, man. I'm studying Magnus Carlsen.
Dude, speaking of Bobby Fischer, he just did a video on Bobby Fischer not too long ago, and he was saying that Bobby Fischer was his idol.
Who?
The captain, man. He just did like an hour-long video on Bobby Fischer.
I would.
Yeah, he really.
I enjoy the way the captain speaks. I like his.
I put in. No, it ain't worth playing.
Man, you're looking all pixely like the bridge guy, dude.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably the camera, man.
Let's do all this things.
Okay, hang on a second. Somebody's calling. Hold a second.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you guys, do you know when Carter will be having this term up this year?
No.
Carter doesn't have a term. Those are appointed by the governor.
See, say that again? Green Knight, I didn't hear you. It was
The state police superintendent doesn't have a term. They're not voted in. They're appointed by the governor. So it's whenever the governor decides to appoint a new one.
Do you think he's going to get replaced, or do you think he's going to stay?
He's going to stay as long as Eric Holcomb is the governor.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if we get a new governor, then someone else will appoint someone else, I'm sure.
I agree.
Yeah, but they usually stay in. It looks like they usually stay in on an average about 10 years. So
I do notice that their senior public information officer, they still have that position wide open.
Yeah, they haven't filled that one.
I wonder why.
Dude, what are you doing?
Probably nobody qualified. I don't know. Maybe nobody wants it or nobody's qualified for it. I don't know. That is a good question. I'm a little unsure on that one. Captain Dave Burston's spot. So I'm not sure.
Are there any people that you believe that are corrupt officials or officers in Carroll County?
Can you point at one?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking. I'm like, can we point the ones that might be corrupt even in Delphi?
Yeah, all of them.
You can point at any cop and say corrupt.
Does his last name end in
F?
R?
Like sheriff?
All of them.
You know what? It depends on what you mean by corruption. Are they in like mob corruption? You know, it depends on who you're talking about, maybe. But at the same time, are they corrupt? Yeah, all cops are corrupt. Anybody that would arrest somebody for a victimless crime is corrupt and treasonous, in my opinion. That's me.
I call it every police station. There's good cops, and then you got the dirty ones.
Well, explain to me a good cop.
The one that
Dude,
understands
my
what
dog.
the law is.
Oh, it's because you're here.
Oh.
He's going to sit in there and whine the whole fucking time. But anyway, yeah, if they're a good cop, why aren't they arresting all the rest of the cops? I mean, they're all in the same bag. If somebody says it's a good cop's like, well, I got along with him. He talked to me and let me off nicely. Well, that's what they believe. Me, I know full well he's out there arresting somebody for doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. And they're
I mean, it's how you look at it. I do not look at it like a slave. I never have.
well, they're so small. There's such a small small department here. I mean, if you took Delphi City Police and Carroll County Sheriff's Department, you got like 20 cops total, and they're all friends. They're all good old boy. It's a good old boy system, you know. Eventually, they become mayors. Eventually, you know, they just move up the ranks. The guy that's a jailer now becomes the sheriff in 20 years.
Or
Correct.
the auditor.
Or the auditor and commissioner.
Is there such thing as the term the brotherhood in that area?
I think that's everywhere. The
No, fraternal
the
order.
boys in blue.
Fraternal order police.
Yeah.
Do they have like a central area where they kind of do their secret meetings?
Yeah, the cop station.
No, the FO.
FOP.
Oh, come on. Fuck.
Oh,
Hang on, man. He might calm down. Don't.
I think it's the
Won't
FOW.
be active
isn't
enough.
it? Fraternal order of.
Police. FOP.
Maybe it's the FOP.
It is. I subscribed to one time to the FOP.
Yeah, and in Kokomo, it's directly across the street from the strip club.
Oh, Kokomo is so bad.
It is now, but it used to be good.
Kokomo used to be a blast.
Yeah. When I was growing up, man, we went to Kokomo. Good times.
Yeah. We saw the president there
You know what? We did.
Did you?
and the vice president.
You didn't see that?
No.
I think
man.
Incognito's trying to call back in.
Who?
Incognito.
No, she had said that her line died, but if it was calling in, it would be making a clicking sound. And I told her to give it a minute.
Oh, okay.
So,
I would
yeah.
just give enough room for anybody else.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I can tell when somebody else is calling. I can kind of put this one on hold, but I think I hit mute first. Then I hit hold, and then I'm like, wait, did I hit mute or hold? And then I hit flash, and that may have been what killed it, right
I'm
there.
glad you fixed your troll problem because, like I said, whoever got onto your answer machine, it was funny but stupid on what it was saying.
I know. Why did you say that, Mike?
Me? What did I say?
Because when I call in,
I was talking to Cunningham.
it went to like an answer machine, and you can hear this computerized voice saying some messages with it as you're trying to wait. And I'm looking, I'm like, wait a minute, when the hell did my Katt have a answer machine? And I called like 3 times, even told them online, I'm like, this happened. And it was the same computerized voice that Randy had when his phone got hacked on his answer machine.
Yeah. See, now this is what I told AT&T. Now here's what's weird. Now dig this if you will, okay? Because Icons calls me, okay? Icons of all people, man. Now he called me at 6:30, actually at 6:53, and I was playing chess against Ryan here. I get home and I'm like, okay, man, he just called a half hour ago, so I called him back.
You're losing.
So, yeah, dude, please sit over there and smoke that if you don't mind. I mean, I just don't want smoke in my face at this point. So anyway, when he called me back next day, man, he's laughing his backside off, man. He's like, man, what kind of effing message is that? I'm like, and I thought it was something where I called him, and I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, your voicemail message. Like, what? I don't even think I got one. Oh, you do? Hang on a minute. He says, let me call you and record it. He says, don't answer. He recorded it and played it back to me, man. I recorded that, man. I sent that to the FCC, along with that on the recording of it, man. I'm like, yeah, this is what the person did, blah, 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 multi-dialer. They was using caller ID, faker, probably Android phone. So anyway, I had to call AT&T. Now, here was the thing. I had already called Sheriff Swanson, not from Family Guy, the other one, So I had called him, and they said, well, we're going to have to get your number, and we'll call you back. And we'll have him call you back. I'm like, all right, fine. Well, I'm thinking Sheriff probably sometime next week. So as it goes, I'm sitting there. I'm on the phone with AT&T. Who calls? Genesee County Sheriff. I'm like, crap. Okay. But, at this point, being that long on the phone with him, had to get that fixed. So I got that fixed, and then I had to call him back. Now, I want you to remember that he had called me and I didn't answer. Do you know who heard that message?
The sheriff heard that?
Yeah, exactly, man. So troll, I mean, like, my God. But I mean, even he thought it was funny. I'm like, yeah, there's humor until the fucker's caught. and then it gets hilarious.
To hear that and just get a good laugh at it.
Well, it is funny.
I kind of wanted to hear it now.
Oh, really? You know what? I got it. Hang on. Yeah, you know what? Hold on a second, though. He was asking about that where we seen the president. I wanted to play that real quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Pull it up.
Yeah. Hey, are you gonna watch this? Oh, come here.
Hey, drop the incognito society thing though.
Oh,
the
gotcha.
comment. All right, I'm gonna mute my mic while you do that.
I'm back.
I gotta get rid of that too. Okay, hang tight. Playing this here. Now, this is me and Greeno's first video ever.
Yeah.
And this is Obama, just pointing that out.
There he is.
That ain't him.
There he is.
There he is.
There he was.
There he was. Just fucking wave, Jack. Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, take a picture of us like this.
I've got it on video right now. Yeah. Here, hold up, my son.
Turn 50,000 troops.
That looks like Toby.
Yeah, that was the first video we ever did, right there. First one we was ever together in, I do believe.
Man, that was a long time. That's 2010.
12. Wasn't it 12?
2010.
Holy crap, man! 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
Talking
God.
about flashback back in the days when you're young.
Yeah,
Dude,
what
your hair, man.
yeah.
Shit, man.
The
Start being president.
Mary Pryor. Hang on a second. It's spelt Mary Pryor, like so. Like that. And that was in 97 in Lennon, Michigan.
Wow,
Are you
1997.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
still here.
Okay.
I'm actually surprised Radar hasn't been on.
You know what? I haven't seen him in a while.
No, that's a her.
Oh, her in a while.
Her.
Well, it's hard to dictate radar, male, female.
You're on the radar.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so
You know what I'm talking about, Greeno. Yeah.
I kind of miss your shit sandwich little thing that you used to make, saying this is a shit sandwich.
you know what? Let me go pull that shit up right now.
Pull up the shit sandwich.
Yeah, I got it right here. Just hang on a minute. It's in my cat photos.
Got a letter around this house?
Yeah, dude, please.
Um,
Because I got the one where I'm holding Wolf and feeding him pig. Was it? You know, it was a shit sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
you just
I think that would be so perfect on your green screen.
Yeah. So I had the one where I was feeding him pig and said, "Don't eat his shit sandwich" off Facebook. Good times.
I got new names for trolls. They're ogres.
Yeah, ogre, troll.
Known as ogre.
over, huh?
Man, you was a big ogre for a long time, dude.
You guy called me.
And the instead of calling BG being BG, he is the troll. Like, he fits that mythological story. Beware of the troll underneath the bridge.
You know what? Had a lady reach me about that. About him being that troll under the bridge.
I think you remember that old story back in the days where they used to say, okay, if you go on the bridge, always watch out for the troll underneath the bridge.
Billy Goat's Gruff.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I described the Delphi killer. He's that guy.
Well, he is that guy, but he is that monster. The thing is I don't think that he offers up any trade, like the that troll had done.
You know, it'd be funny if he really did.
Well, I don't know how.
But I will tell you how. What was the question again?
Dude, remove yourself from my seat, please. Thank you.
We should have a contest like name that beer that Ryan's drinking.
What, okay. Can anybody name that beer that Ryan's drinking? Don't show him the can. Don't show him the can. Can anybody do it from sight, man, from what they've seen already? Anybody that gets it, man, there will be a prize.
Ice House.
No. Good try, though.
Natural ice.
What do you want?
Knew
Okay,
it.
I have for you this used AA battery that I'm
This used AA battery. There you go.
Oh, that would be a perfect like radio ad right there.
What, a AA battery? Already used.
No, like what kind of beer this is.
Natural ice.
The question is how What number beer is this?
Great
What number is it?
Doing sound effects with that whole thing.
Greeno. If there was a sound effect, I don't know. It'd be but go for yourself.
All right, so I've only got just a couple minutes left, and I've got to roll out.
Same here.
So it's your show, man. You talk.
I know, it's your show. Run it.
Hey. Ryan Word Stories comes soon. Call in.
There you go.
Call in and hear Ryan tell stories.
Yes.
So does Ryan think Jacoby Brissett is going to stay as quarterback, or do they think Rivers is going to come in?
What was that again?
I said, do you think Jacoby Brissett's going to stay as the quarterback, or do you think Philip
Jacoby's
Rivers
staying.
is going to come in as the quarterback?
No, Jacoby's staying.
I tend to disagree. I think with our draft pick, because everybody should be pretty clear at this time, Jacoby can't take us to a Super Bowl. I mean, he's a good quarterback, but he isn't that quarterback. I think that we're definitely going to try for a better quarterback in the draft. I don't think we can get number one, but we'll probably get number two on the list. What?
I
Brissett.
can see
Dude, please
Jalen
don't cut
Hurst
me
as
off.
being the quarterback for you guys.
What?
Jalen Hurst out of Oklahoma.
Okay.
That's who I think the Colts should draft.
That's just because you're from Oklahoma.
I know.
Well, what about LSU's quarterback?
That's another good one.
I mean, I think he's
Or,
going number one.
Trevor Lawrence is another.
All right, Brissett made us through the season.
Yeah, he did do that. I mean, he
Yeah,
didn't bail out.
But then
That's
again,
off to
he
him.
doesn't really have a support running back at this point.
No,
for
he
long
did
term.
not. No, he did not.
Well, I think that Marlon Mack did an outstanding job.
Mac, you're right. You're right.
I mean, I can't take away from Mack's numbers, man. When he was healthy, he was running that ball this year. And you know
Yeah.
what? In one game, we had two running backs with over 100 yards rushing. That's saying
That's true.
something.
Injuries didn't help.
Yeah, I agree. But they suck every year, man. They really do. We have a bad deal with that.
At least y'all got good tight ends.
We got some good tight ends, man. We got great tight ends, man. Ebron, shit, man. Who's the other? Doyle.
Doyle
and,
is a monster on everything. Any type of play, anywhere. That guy's there.
I really was surprised that McAfee donated to this Delphi case.
McAfee's a good dude. I mean, he's a good guy.
Can we keep this back to Delphi, though?
Yeah.
Incognito's taking off, man.
Yeah, and I got to roll out too.
Look at them
Thanks
issues
for
incognito.
Yes, and I will. And reach me before that so we can set up your timing. Man, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so I got to roll out too because it's 8 o'clock.
Darius Leonard, right on.
I've got to roll out.
All right, man. I will talk at you Thursday, bro.
All right, man. I'll see you Thursday.
Oh, my
Reach me
Green,
with
good
the
luck.
time.
Yep. All right, man. See
True.
you later.
All right, and that takes it
look,
to me in the
about a whole thing,
widescreen. With the center of the Indianapolis Colts right here. Drafted
We
number
need 10
one.
more people to get likes to match up with how many people are watching.
Yeah.
We have 102 people with only 84 likes.
Well, you know what? That ain't too bad, though.
I think
Oh, I
I
know.
look like
That's like an 80
Oh, man,
percentile.
appreciate that.
No problem, man. Coming soon.
You got to point at the
Coming
camera. There you
soon.
go.
Ryan Tails.
tales.
Ask him anything, I'll give you a story more screwed up than you believe.
I bet you if Mike stand up right now and Ryan stand up right now, Ryan probably would still be that taller guy.
He would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
How tall are you?
I think you're like 6'4", looking at the
No,
picture.
I'm not 6'4". Like 6'1.5". Add that half.
Oh, yes, that's right. NFL always inflates those numbers.
You should see what he can run.
Yeah. I can run about 20 feet, man.
He's like, I could probably run far if I wasn't drinking beer right now.
All right, so everybody, since it's just us three here, can we keep this to the case because I want to wrap this
Yeah,
up pretty
not a
quick.
problem.
If anybody else does want to call in, because I would like, 8 o'clock, man, 2 hours. That's actually a little bit more than what I thought I was going to run tonight.
Well,
I was going to say, I don't think you want to do it another 4 to 6 hours.
You know what? Both of those got monetized.
Huh.
Yeah, I know. And it made me wonder, does like YouTube, like not actually go through the whole thing of like putting their computer through all that and just go, yeah, we'll monetize it anyway.
Other than someone else doing that, yeah, I've never understand anybody being on YouTube that long, ever.
What's his name again?
I said I cannot see how somebody could go on YouTube for 6 hours, to be honest.
No, there's no way.
Oh,
Well, it
Do
depends.
you have a random question for Ryan?
Dude, I don't know if you know who D. Rice is, but he did that shit to me one time. He did. It wasn't cool.
yeah.
Was you there?
I wasn't there. I wish I was there.
Yeah.
But then again, I probably would have smacked him too because I don't like him. I really don't.
I found that I didn't like him immediately. Not the same with him, but D. Rice, that dude, man, he set up, man, and like cut me off like one time, and I'm like, dude, you do it again. Do it one more time. Do it.
Aww.
Well, come on, man. He's
Ryan's
a
random
bitch.
questions.
Oh no, I'm saying aw to Tony.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony.
Oh, Tony. Right. Well, oh, I see.
That's why-
Feelings
Aw.
of emotion. That's so cool, and that's coming from the Cunningham people.
I love dogs. So
What?
Cunningham view.
Oh yeah, well he is. He's a Cunningham person.
yep, I'm the Cunningham.
Mike?
Double Lance, did you want to call in?
Double
If
Lance.
so, man, give me a Y
Let him call in.
because I want to end this up shortly here after 8.
Hey.
And
It's,
one to talk
it's
is.
definitely 8:02 your time.
It is 8:02 our time. But it's 9:02 there, right?
No, it's 7:02 right here.
Oh, my bad. 7:02. I don't know why I keep thinking
I'm
like
not
go
in
west,
New
go
York.
west. Did what?
I said I'm not in New York.
Well, hey, we're on New York time, man. We're Eastern.
I know, I'm being funny.
I see. You should add as a snicker.
That would be perfect on the green screen. There's a snicker right there.
Okay, well, apparently Double Lance is not going in. Or did I miss his?
Come on, Devil. I know you want to call in.
He normally does.
Is he the one with that little interesting accent when he calls in?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Anybody
I
ever
can't even figure out what dialogue that is.
I think it's Texas.
Okay. I see Devil's thing. That's easy. I'll hang it up right now and let Devil call in.
Okay. I will probably talk to you Thursday, right?
Yeah, I'll be there Thursday.
All right, man. I'll talk to you then, man. Thanks for calling, dude.
All right. Bye-bye.
Peace. All right. Well, there's the number
And
for
it'll
those
help
who
me over here again.
need it, and that would be Double Ants. Thank you. Please commence dialing.
Any weird questions?
Dude,
Go around.
you've covered that. But don't call him at my number.
No, don't call him at that number.
Yeah. Call me at my number.
Call him. He'll tell you my number.
No, I won't.
Yeah, he will.
No, I will get very upset about that. I will be very unease. It's like that lady like got a hold of us that one time when me and Grino was sitting here talking and dropped her telephone number. It's like, reach me. I'm like, bitch, do that one more time on my show. One more fucking time on my show. Do it. I triple dare you. Ah, Double Ants, man. Hang on. We're going to be here for a minute. He said give him 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah?
Smart Money says we're waiting 20.
Hey, remember that one time?
Which one time?
Oh, that one time.
Over there?
Yeah, over there.
Which time?
We don't want to talk about it in public.
Well, maybe I don't remember that time.
Yeah, I don't think either of us do. Hey, sponsored by Natural Ice.
No, it is not. Dr. Topper for a refreshing soft drink. Reach for a Dr. Topper. It tastes damn delightful. Hello. Hey, it's Double Ants, everyone. Round of applause.
How's everything going, brother?
Everything's going good, man. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm glad you took care of your toll problem.
Well, it's easy enough to do. I mean, you got the FCC. They're federal.
Federal.
You know, when I got that call back, my phone went crazy, man. I didn't know what the hell to think of that.
Yeah, I didn't either, but I didn't want to discuss that openly.
Anywho, sorry about that.
No problem.
I heard Reno saying that the government would, or not government, they would take the governor to remove, you know, the existing state-appointed detective. What happens if that happens? I mean, what happens if they do that, Mike? I mean, that was going to have to start, you know, ground zero? Or?
No. He. Let me think about what his title is. He's like the spokesman for the Indiana State Police. He's like their go-to guy. Now, if there's a press conference or something like that, that's why it's him speaking. He's a good public speaker. Now, I'll tell you, I mean, if they did, that wouldn't do anything at all to the Delphi case. He isn't investigating. You know, he's not the investigator. That's all Carroll County, man, like FBI, Indiana State Police, but definitely not Doug Carter.
Damn. Dude, on 2 unrelated notes, we got over a foot of snow here today.
In Texas?
No shit.
Yeah. And it's dropped to 30 degrees. It's cold.
It's heading this way.
And they found, and that's in the desert, man. That's unheard of. And they found 12 bodies chopped up in coolers across the border here, brother.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
They don't know what the hell to do because they think some of them were some, you know, Texas, you know, U.S. citizens. And it's got them kind of freaking out, I'll tell you that.
They run some shit.
It's sick people to do something like that, I'll tell you that.
There's a lot of sick people in the world. There's a whole lot of them, man. I mean, you know, hell, I could sit here and go on all night about the Delphi case.
The cartel.
That's what they're thinking, just cartels.
Yeah.
They cut your limbs, everything off.
You know, I don't know. All they had was 12 bodies chopped up in coolers. And that's all they're making right now. They're staying mum. It's pretty much like what's going on with Delphi. You know, they're keeping stuff close to the vest, you know?
I don't know. It'll never be solved.
Oh, no, that's not solved. Delphi will. I'm looking about October. What do you think, Mike?
I'm thinking more November, December. But, yeah, like right now, same time era. I mean, I think as soon as he finishes up. You know what? I mean, I can't say that, I guess. But when I was talking to the sheriff of Genesee County, he was talking about going and speaking with him. And, you know, I told him about Daniel Nations. I says, I don't think his public defender will allow for that. I mean, you know, that's what's holding back Indiana. That's what's holding back like a lot of this. I mean, I look at it like this, man. When the FBI got his DNA in Dakotas, any crime that had DNA involved in it that had been in Dakotas before as an unknown came up as a match or a probable match. And I think that they contacted those counties concerning. So, you know, I that's my thoughts to it. I think it's no different than St. Louis reaching Carroll County because his fingerprints came back as their unknowns.
Well, the Nations kid, what's the story on him? Does he like travel around with the homeless community, or because I know there's like a community that travels around the United States. They go where it's warm and do their bombing. And is he like in with that, or is he just one of the unfortunates that got kicked out of his home or whatever?
Well,
And was living on bridges.
actually, at that time, what it was I think that him and his wife had lost the apartment due to lack of job because they were staying with friends. And then he was staying under that bridge down there near Martinsville. But he was only down there for like a week or two because they got there at the it was like the motel there in was it Glenwood? It was in Johnson County. And that's because he was taking therapy for PTSD. I mean, he should have been in there for therapy for public masturbation and shit. You know, stalking women and the like.
Is it better?
No. That was before he ran. That was before he was caught. That was before they, you know. But like now, I mean, they violated on probation out there in Colorado. And so I think he went to jail. It's probably back out. I mean, he was just in an unfortunate circumstance, but that's how it rode.
They're basically the wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Yeah, going out and doing what he does, definitely something wrong with his mind. Doing that. Something a little off about that feller. Has any word come out or anything that they've had to send him to psych or anything like that while he's been down there in St. Louis?
You know what? No word's been released on him, to my knowledge. I think that they got him under suicide watch. They won't allow him a razor. I don't think he can write. I don't think. Well, I mean, I know he can write, but I don't think that they allow him a writing instrument for fear he could hurt himself or others. Even when he went to court, he was fully shackled. I mean, they're keeping him under like definite protection, man. They know this cat's going to a lot of places.
So right now, he's like an AdSeg PC, whatever they call it there, and no one has any access to it.
Precisely.
Yeah. I mean, how many interviews they put out with the wife? I mean, I know some people have talked to her.
Well, I haven't seen any.
None.
I mean, I've seen no interviews with him.
Where his wife?
I haven't seen any with his wife. Now, I know that like she made a statement where she was saying that she was like, really blown away by the fact that, he had did that. Never believed that that was anything that he could ever do. But, and apologized to the families of the people that was there at the Catholic supply store. And there was also a coworker who said, yeah, he was a friendly guy. I can't believe that he would do that. I know law enforcement got the right guy, but man, it's hard to believe. He was a really good guy. His neighbor, same way. Man, he was a great guy, man. We really thought a lot of him. I mean, I hope he isn't involved in that. Because, yeah, he was super cool. Everybody said that, man. Everybody. But as far as like any one-on-one interview, I haven't seen it. And I don't think it's out there. I don't think that the FBI doesn't want him to talk concerning.
Well, it's like, everybody said he's a great guy, and all of a sudden, wham, he's down there doing that. It's like he was putting on a pretty good facade,
Oh, he was. No doubt.
They're like this guy. putting in a business card or something like that. He's doing a guard. That's how they linked him.
Yeah, exactly. No, he gave that to the waitress at Hot Shots. And she threw it away, but she told police, given the description, she thought it was the guy that was in there the other day. The police had to go through the garbage to actually find that, but that's what led to them busting in his house and getting him.
Wow, that's wild as hell when she tracked him down from that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Even at that, though, man, he would have been caught. I mean, they had like some goods on him there.
But the one lady had him ID.
Did what?
But there wasn't one of the women that had him ID'd that got away or something like that.
Well, he let the two live.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, it goes to show you that either he was trying to get caught or the cracks finally just came completely apart.
Well, I think that was the lowdown, and that's what had caused it, because, you know, they said in July of 2018 that they was using the same technology as what got John D. Miller using CC Moore. Well, that took her 2 months to narrow it down to him. 2 months later, bam, sexual assault on a 77-year-old. The following month, he's drunk and acting batshit crazy on the highway. You know, then the month after that, it was the Catholic supply store. Now, when he did the Catholic supply store, I think it was my thoughts. He knew time was short. They was going to come and knocking. And so what did he do? He says, I'm going out my way. I'm going to do it like this. And there it is. When they come in, I got a handgun, cop suicide. You see where I'm at? And I think that that's the way he intended that to go down. Hey, Shady Booty, how you doing?
Shady Booty.
Michael, a different note.
Who is the new dude? This is my friend. He needed in the camera, I think.
Yeah.
On a different note, you know, totally unrelated to TV. You know, we're pretty much convinced that TV is the man on this deal. I had to ask you a question on a separate thing. I saw somewhere where the girl, the little blonde, I keep getting their names messed up. I'm sorry.
Are you talking about in Delphi?
Yeah, Libby.
Yes.
Is it Libby?
Yes.
She was the one that was going to the college, wasn't she?
That was what?
Was she the one going to the college getting extra credits?
She was on the news today. Her older sister she's going into criminology.
I thought one of the girls, while they were going to school, they were getting some kind of extra credits at one of those colleges there.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it was on the news today that she was.
Anyhow, that was my question. Was did they, you know, check all those avenues out, or do you know?
Well, here's the thing, and this is how I answer that. It was a crime of opportunity to suggest that somebody knew them, encased them, and knew they was going to be there that day. If it had happened like that, the cops would have had that person arrested within a week's time.
Yeah. Well, I understand that. I was just wondering if they had, you know, pursued those avenues. That was my question.
Yeah, I'm certain that they have. I think that friends, family members, anything like that, anybody connected to the two girls. But I think upon looking at the computer, realizing that they never told anybody in due time, because the guy was there, he was spotted like roughly 2 hours before the time that they were abducted by the lady walking their dog. So, you know, I mean, it kind of says it was a crime of opportunity. The person was there for that.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, you know, it's like Shady Booty saying here in the same way. Oh, there was no way they knew who it was. If they knew who it was, why would they be getting pictures of them and trying to get them on video thing and keeping that on video record?
Yeah.
You know, it would happen right then. Because if he was coming from the north side and they felt that there was that kind of threat, they would have called the law.
It just blows my mind that every time you try to blow that picture up, you know, it just goes crazy.
Cutting out.
Makes me wonder. I mean, I don't see where it would hurt them to release just that part of the file, the original file. That way, you know, that's public. You know, look at this and do what they do best, because there's people out here that can do stuff with computers that just blow people's minds. I just don't understand it. Instead of just releasing a copy file. There was a guy that was online. I don't know if I ain't gonna say his name on your channel. But he was asking the same question. He don't, do the Delphi thing. He just, he does a lot of other stuff. But he was talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me wonder why they won't do it, because it won't hurt it to release it. They can edit it to where they're not releasing all the other evidence. Of course.
Yeah.
That way people can do the magic that they do with it. Because every time, like I said, you blow that thing up, the pixels go crazy. You can't do nothing with it.
No, actually, if you blow it up, it just makes the pixelations that much bigger. You'll see anything you want in that if you blow it up big enough. Oh, he's carrying a puppy. He's wearing a 1972 World Tour shirt of Elvis. I've heard some crazy shit, people.
Oh man, I've heard everything from a police badge to that it was a police hat that he was wearing. That and let's not even get into that, because that goes to that one nut job over there. Keeps staying on the pinpointing the father and son.
Yeah.
Yeah, they live on that. I don't know what vendetta they got against those people, but man.
You know what? It's people trying to get views, man.
Yeah, it's people trying to get sued is what that is.
No, Carroll County. That's Carroll County.
I had somebody reach me the other day. Don't even know the name. In fact, I rarely pay attention to such. But they said, you know what, man? I hope him and his lawyers sue you for saying it's him. I'm like, I do too. I hope to God they does, man. I'd like to see Mr. Monster take me to court for saying that something was wrong that he did when he did that at the Catholic supply store. You know what? I can say anything I want in this world about him. And guess what? There ain't that monster can freaking do about it.
Yeah, well,
and if you take the side of a monster against me, up yours, man. Eat a turd in hell.
You know what? What he done, he opened up the doors. He's fair use, man. He's fair use. Right now, any money he got, he better be worrying about trying to put it to his defense, or getting his ho-hos and his Twinkies and all that, and his Bob Barkers and all that good stuff that he gets down there in that jail.
Bob Barkers.
No, dude. You know what, man? He's got a public defender to show how much money he had. He can't do crap.
I tell you what, if he ever goes to TP up there in that prison, he'll learn how to fly real quick. And I ain't talking about with a damn airplane either. He'll be off that top tier with a damn sheet tied around his neck.
They'll never put him in population.
His Bob Barkers.
They won't. They'll do the same thing that like they do every other killer like that. They'll keep them confined away from population or keep them in protective custody. Now, the only person I know that died in protective custody like that was, oh, man.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
No, he'll be in isolation.
Who was the guy that ate the people?
Especially in Carroll County.
Go show you how Hillary Clinton can get the people,
Who ate the people?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, exactly, man. I talk about him all the time. Who was the guy that ate the dudes up there in Wisconsin?
Like 23 dudes.
I saw where they supposedly took his body out of that facility after he supposedly done himself in.
Who?
23 guys.
Epstein.
Oh, Epstein. Okay.
Yeah, and
no kidding.
Dahmer. Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer. Thank you,
I was
C.
going to say Jeffrey Dahmer.
I don't know why I can't recall that, man. I guess it was because I was trying to think of it.
They said Dahmer run into Lorena Bobbitt, at one time. You know what he asked her?
How'd it taste?
No, you gonna eat that?
Go ahead. Oh,
I get it.
Got you.
That's messed up, man.
Yeah, it is, man. Thank you for the comedy, though.
But anyhow, when they was trucking Epstein out there, man, some of the the internet sleuths pictures and was saying that they didn't even compare to what he normally looked like. That which I understand when you're dead, your body relaxes and all that good stuff. But still, they were saying that was not him that they brought out of that facility. That there was no. So
it probably wasn't.
He might be alive, on some island somewhere right now.
Yeah, his own island, Satan's Island.
Do what now?
On his own island, Satan's Island. You know where they have little girls come out and have sex with him.
Yeah.
His little capital. Now, here's what I don't understand concerning Epstein. He stopped in New York City. The government arrests him. The government puts him in jail. And the government can't get to the bottom of how he died. They go like, oh, we wasn't watching him at that. Oh, we just turned the cameras off. Oh, I was reading a book. I fell asleep. When he wasn't on suicide. No, you see, his attorney came in and said he was cleared of that. So we took him off suicide watch. It's like, yeah, man, are you guys run by a fucking mob? I mean, like, what in the fuck is your problem? And the government can't get to the bottom of it? Seriously? Seriously? Yeah, it's like my backside, man. It's shit. And that is the way law enforcement works. All of it, people. All of it. Right down to the little bitty towns, man. They're all corrupt. They're all the same. There ain't no good ones. They're all just as bad as the next. One might act more mean. The other one might act more nice. Still both treasonous pricks.
Well, it's like when you get to looking at the list of people that rode on his plane. They was throwing it, when they were doing the impeachment trial, and they said, oh, we're going to put the Chief Justice Roberts. Well, Chief Justice Roberts rode on that plane.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
So,
there was a lot of people of the government that went out there to that island, including Clinton, 26 times. Yeah, I'm sure he was getting his.
You know that?
What?
Hillary went out there.
Oh, Hillary was probably getting hers.
Yeah. Well, hell, you've seen that one thing of the gal that wrote the book, Kathy, I can't remember her last name, that told all the stuff that where she worked was basically Hillary's minion.
Yeah.
Oh, God, dude. She goes into detail in that book, too, man. It's disgusting.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. I can't remember her last name. It's Kathy something. It's been so long since I saw it. The reason I know what I said is they released excerpts from the book, and it would turn your stomach, just those little bitty bits and pieces that they released. Man. Who knows? It could have been phony, made it up to sell, to make money. You just, in this day and age, you don't know.
You're right. Yeah, you're really right, man. Like I brought up, I think that was on my last show concerning Howard Hughes. He was hermitized so long and never made mention. I mean, nobody had spoken to him in like 20 some years. It was like he was non-existent. A person made a book that was an autobiography of him. All right. And was releasing it knowing that he would not sue them for it because he'd never hear about it. And they made X amount of money before they found out that it was false. And upon finding it, man, they jerked the thing. But I think he got the money that was given to him up front. I mean, he got by with that. But yeah, that's the kind of shit I'd do, man, right there.
Well, the mob had him in that damn casino motel for all them years.
No, they didn't.
Well, he had ties to him.
Well, you can say that, but Desert Sands was going to boot him out of that suite. He'd been up there for ages, and he said, "Yeah, you know what? I ain't leaving this suite. I'm buying Desert Sands." Tell him that. Okay, well, we ain't selling. Well, here's this much money. Okay, it's yours. You can stay. Because he wasn't going to leave, and he had billions of dollars, man. I mean, he could do as he damn well wanted. He was a rich man.
Didn't they tear down the Sands here a while back?
I believe they did. Hey, you know who owned the Sands originally?
Lucky Luciano, wasn't it?
I thought it was Bugsy Siegel.
Was it Siegel?
Yeah,
Luciano. No, what Luciano? Luciano had ties, but the guy that dated the actress, what was his name?
Well, that was Howard Hughes. He dated all the actresses.
I thought the gangster.
That's true.
moved him from New York to Hollywood, and he got to date an actress, and then they was all time fighting and stuff. And he decided to build a casino in Vegas and all that.
Well, he didn't own it. He was the name that was under it.
Anyhow, have you got any correspondence from Mr. TV yet, Mike?
No, of course not.
I know you wrote him, and trying to get him.
No, they put that guy under Lucky Luciano right there.
What?
And then he ended up ratting on all of them, and that's what brought down Vegas.
Hang on a minute.
That's, never seen Casino? The little rat, Jake Freeman. Anyway, we're wasting their time.
Well, Mike said, hold on a second, I'm waiting.
The Sands and Bugsy Siegel. The chip is a Bugsy Siegel issue, probably the most popular chip. But yeah, I was looking for that because he had owned it for a while. In fact, I think he owned that when they killed him. And
yeah, it was Siegel then.
And that's going back.
All right. I knew Bobby murdered him.
See,
Shot him through his living room window, didn't he?
Did what?
They killed him through his living room window or some stuff like that, didn't it?
Yeah, they shot the living shit out of his ass, from my understanding.
Yeah,
my buddy's a little drunk. That's why he
drunk.
Yeah, he ain't drunk yet, man. Give him a minute. How many? But that's your second beer.
You drunk, but ain't drunk.
Yeah, I ain't drunk, man. Who you calling drunk, dude?
When they get drunk, then they're hard to handle.
Nah, he's all right.
No, I'm not.
He's just so easy to beat in chest once he gets a little drunkered up. He goes, oh man, I had you beat a minute ago.
So we put the press conference or nothing. Charles not going to do nothing, or Indiana State Police ain't going to do nothing. So basically, they're sit on things.
Well, I'm going to do something. I mean, I will have a press conference video Thursday. Greeno, Ms. Cavalier, and Incognito Society. It'll be us four. So we will have something to state on that then. And again, man, I think that they should keep it, or should have made a press conference. Just speak to Delphi, to say, hey, look, man, it looks like we're behind the ball here. It's been 3 years. But look, man, we got a lot of information coming, man. And you know what? Some of it's looking really promising. Give us our time, because they already know that they got the guy. They know approximately when they're going to speak to him and make that file the charges. So why not talk to Delphi? Why not keep the case to the forefront? Because in the end, it's going to make you look that much better. But to completely bail out, that everything, it's going to look cold case. And you know what? Even the media is going to say that. Cold case. It's got to be a cold case. 3 years, there's nothing new. Blah, blah, blah. They got everything except for who it is. So, yeah.
Well, that interrogation is going to be interesting. I know that.
You know what? I would like to see that. I really would. I'd love to see that interrogation, because that's the one I want to see.
Chances are that, it goes to court. They'll introduce that in the trial, and that'll be the opportunity to get to see it. Years later, I'll file FOIA and probably get it. But I don't know how long it'd take to be able to do that. But hell, I'd just like to see the original interrogation down in St. Louis.
Well, I mean, on that would be cool. Now, what I would like is Jamie Schmidt's autopsy, because that would tell the caliber of gun. That way I could say, well, this is the gun that he generally carried with him, and this is probably the one that he had used to put the girls under duress there in Carroll County.
Yeah.
You see where I'm at?
I'm like, how long he stayed on that damn trail? Stalking the girl. Waiting for the right opportunity for somebody to come through, and it just happened to be them.
Yeah, I know. And that's the bad part, because he went there seeking an opportunity, and as fate would have it, I mean, as fate goes, there it was. Not one, but two. I mean, on the reverse date of
I mean, that just pissed him the fuck off.
oh god, dude.
You there, man?
Yeah, hang on. I forgot what the hell I was talking about. Go ahead, man.
Well, anyhow, you're getting back to the blowing up the pictures. And that one channel doing what they were doing. Hell, you can blow those pictures up and make them and manipulate them to look into anybody you want to. Hell, the guy, from a long distance, the picture as is, if they took from the video, looks like half the damn eastern part of the United States as far as men goes.
It does.
30. So, they start blowing it up and they're saying it's this guy, it's that guy, it's this guy. And then you got the one channel that's just worked on, the southern sun. It's a nightmare, Mike. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's been 60,000 people named. That's the nightmare. It is. It's probably way over 60,000 at this point.
And what's really sad is it's destroying, or hurting the case as is when you've got folks like that out there that's got to been dead up or an extra grind or whatever, and then they're uploading this crap, and it's taking away somebody that could be really researching the case and could be helping.
Yeah, I do.
I don't know. It angers me when I see crap like that.
Yeah, me too.
But getting back to the file thing, I don't understand why they haven't released that. I don't know if well, I do know why. It's because we're the big bad police, and it's our game, and we're not going to share.
Well, yes, that plus. I mean, look, man, after the girls were abducted, we have no idea the language he was using. We have no idea what he was saying, what he was telling them. Now, they don't want that, man. They don't want that out there, and I agree. Look, man, guys down the hill, that's fair enough, man. That gives us a voice. To ask for all of it. To say, well, we got to see the guy better. Oh, could you please give us, there's going to come a time when law enforcement is like, no, man, and please back the F off.
No, what I'm saying is the original snippet that they've released. They can cut and release the original file and have it edited to where it just has that snippet. That's the only piece that they release. Just that original little bit of the file. But that way, people can do what they need to do with it. But for some reason they won't.
Well, that some reason, if I may, is because they know who did it. Do they want people to know who did it? No, they don't want people to know who did it.
They want us to just sit and speculate.
Well, no, they want us to sit and wait for them to solve it, which they will in due course.
Like we were saying before, if everybody got it solved, it's just due process from here on out.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, they can't file charges. Quick and speedy trial. Game over. There ain't no way they can extradite him to Indiana to do that while he's on current charges. He gets off. Is that what people want? Is that what you want? You want the bridge guy to get off with it? Do you? Do you want him to get away with it? Yay, you. And you know what? You're a flipping asshole. Because apparently people don't know what the F they're thinking, man, if that's what it is that they want.
I just read the comments.
Please.
I want to see him strapped to that damn chair.
Yeah, I want him strapped to a chair. I don't want no damn needle, man. That's too inviting for him.
Well, Nick wait be on the journey. Put him in that chair. Let them bolts go there.
Exactly. You know what? Last person I know, man, and I'm positive it wasn't the last person. Last person I remember being electrocuted was Ted Bundy. And they said when they took him in there, when he seen that chair, man, he halted. His knees dropped because he knew, man. Hey, I got another call coming in. I'm going to make this the last one. I'm going to make it quick, all right?
All right, man. You have a good one.
All right, you too, man.
This is Ryan Kelly. Ryan's Random Stories.
Well, somebody was calling. He hasn't even made a channel yet. He will, though, soon. Maybe. It's dependent.
I was looking at the comments.
I know. I said you had made. Have you made a channel?
No.
Oh, so then he hasn't made a channel yet. Give him
No.
a few minutes. That's
I
what I
know.
was saying. Okay. Well, apparently this person is not calling back. So, anyways, I will see everybody Thursday. I don't think that there will be a press conference, so I will hold my show probably at 6 p.m. My normal time. Be there. Thanks, mods. Thanks everybody for being here, man. I will catch you then. Peace, everyone. Say peace.
Peace.
There you go.